Microphone, NVIDIA broadcast, and we should be good. Hello there, Minxie Rose. Unmuted now, I think. Are we in agreement of that? We're all good. We also have only about a minute to start, realistically. So I shall let everyone know that we are close to starting with the magical broadcast system, which is about 1 minute to start. Thank you very much for that 22-month resub, Minxie Rose. Thank you for the support that you're showing to Games in a Snap. And let's go indeed. Well, we only have about 1 minute to start. That's it. We are about 1 minute away. And I will tell you all that I have been minorly mean to our participants. They know something that you don't. So I will let you into what they know that you don't shortly, once we're underway. But they've been told something, and wow, my lighting is... Do you know what? We're just going to run jank. Aaron, I will guarantee you that I won't win. I'm not even taking part, which is the wonderful thing. So, shall I tell you... Oh, do you want to know how I've been mean now, or shall I tell you a little bit further in? Because actually, I think we are at that time, aren't we? Folks, shall we do it? Shall we get ready? Shall we say start building to our participants? I think everyone's there. In fact, I have a button for that. So let's start building in 3, 2, 1, and go. And I will broadcast that a couple of times. And we are off indeed. And you know what? They're getting an extra couple of seconds because I forgot to click the timer, but that's fine. We are off and we're running. And straight away, you can see that we have one console player in the form of Board Builder and 3 players on PC. Now, don't forget, this is Planet Coaster. The console infrastructure for Planet Coaster, the controls, as you can see, especially with that Move Snap toggle. In fact, I'm going to zoom straight in to Board Builder's Move Snap. With Advanced Move, you can Move Snap and snap to given sizes of moves. So Board Builder is already going in, building a roller coaster. Hi there, Liam. Hi there, Kiggy. How you doing? Welcome on in, Mr. Hostman. Oh, I'll take that. I quite like that. But I mean, zooming back out, you've got 2 roller coasters already under construction. You have Death Fears None is building an inverted coaster. That lift hill's pretty short. I wonder if he's trying to invoke a certain Nemesis anywhere. By the way, feel free to give guesses at what people's mythology is. Spoiler alert, I do know 2 of them, I believe, but I am absolutely not going to be telling anyone. Hi there, Dolga, how you doing? Hi there, Aaron. Can we get a moo? Well, I can't really do a moo, but I'm sure we will ask Sirius if he is willing to moo for everybody in a couple of minutes. So it's really interesting what we're seeing. I think we're seeing 2 builders create roller coasters. Now, you've just seen there Death Fears None using a plop and place inversion. That is absolutely allowed. That is more than allowed. That's kind of, I would recommend that. But again, blueprints are not pre-made blueprints. Now, if you want to make a blueprint and then use that, that's absolutely fine. Sirius Cow King already also going into that roller coaster menu. So, what have I done to our wonderful participants? Well, I have insisted that this week, or this month should I say, a theme park has to have a roller coaster. I have absolutely enforced that. If one of them doesn't build a roller coaster, their name does not appear in the poll at the end. Now, that's not going to be every time. Like, I will guarantee that next time, that's not going to be a thing. And from there on in, we are going to look at whether to make that a thing or not. And we might have some events with M4 roller coasters and some events where that restriction doesn't apply. But yeah, I have told all 4 of these that they have to put a roller coaster in their parks. They are not allowed to not put one in. Now, I think we're already running a bit behind time on one of the streams. Is that really far behind, though? Yeah, we are quite a way behind. So I'm going to refresh one of them already. Just because I think we've got a little bit of an issue. So please stand by. Aaron, you think it should be a thing from now on? I think a lot of people do, but then a lot of people really don't. So if we get Sirius's reload underway, there we are. That's much more in sync now. So yeah, with us banning pre-built blueprints, there are a lot of people that play this game that don't build coasters themselves and that rely on blueprinted ones or build sort of fairground style things or woodland attractions with flat rides and Fuggo coasters. So I don't think we can make that a thing every month, but I think we can make that a thing more often. Thank you very much for that follow. Welcome on in. But what we can see here is Death Fears None really motoring with that coaster and really going hard at it. We have got Cotwaddle doing a lot of terraforming and, you know, filling an area in with water. So take that as you may as to what his theme's going to be. Sirius, what you hear? Excellent. Well, as you know, we love everyone here. We love everyone who is wonderful people, and I think here we have everyone as wonderful people. So, Minxie's pointing out that there are a couple of people who are absolutely amazing builders, and she's named them, that don't build their own coasters if they don't have to. I absolutely agree with that 100%. So that's kind of why I'm a lot less inclined to go guaranteed coasters. Right, if I play about with some of my lighting, let's see if we can get this all a little bit more balanced up. Because right now, I think one of my lights is way brighter than it should be. That is much more reasonable, I think. Hello there as well. Ricky, how you doing? Welcome on in. And as Minxie Rose has just put the Discord and the registration forms in, that would be wonderful. If people do want to take part, please stick dates in up to, let's say, the end of April or May that you are free. Saturdays up until the end of April or May, we're looking for people. We're looking for both City Skylines players, we're looking for Planet Coaster players. We're looking for both console and PC. Ideally, we'd love to run, and I've said this before, it would be really cool to run consoles in the Snap one day. Okay, so Death Fears None is doing a test run on his coaster already. Well, that is something. Although we're getting stuttery. Why are we getting stuttery on this, but we're not on the... I'm going to reload Death Fears None's stream, because that doesn't look like it's entirely smoothly grabbed. Or make a rule that some sort of terraforming is required. I wouldn't want to put that kind of rule in. I'd be much more interested in, or I wouldn't want to do it all the time. I'm interested in putting different rules in at different times, let's say. Pebblin, you would love to join, but you are still saving for Planet Coaster. Later on, you will for sure apply. That is excellent news. By the way, anybody with a PS5, Planet Coaster is free on PlayStation Plus right now for the PS5. All DLCs are half price. If you don't have a PS5, but you do have PS Plus, say you have a PS4, use the web app to claim your free copy of Planet Coaster on PS Plus, and then if and when you do get a PS5, it'll be waiting for you. So just bear that in mind, that there is a way of getting a free copy of Planet Coaster these days Also, if you're looking for Steam, there are Steam sales reasonably frequently. It goes in those quite a lot. So again, there's lots of scope there. Unfortunately, my camera work's not great tonight. We'll fix that. Hi there, Toxic Mystic Wolf. How you doing? Welcome on in. So if there's anyone I haven't said hello to, quickly just shout up. Dolga, hello. If I haven't said hello, just shout at me, and I will give you a personal hello. Aaron's you've got Plank on PS5 already, as do I. You just need the Ghostbusters DLC. Well, it's your lucky week because you can get that for half price, I believe, right now. So yeah, enjoy the DLCs. That is one of the DLCs I really recommend, not because of Ghostbusters, but because some of the pieces in that DLC are, well, they're astounding. Right, anyway, we are about 9 minutes in, let's say, something around that area. So I think what we should probably do is have a conversation with some people and see how they're getting on. So let me go around to there. And our first conversation is going to be with someone known in the community as Death Fears None. Hi there, Death Fears None. How are you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Can everyone hear Death Fears None on our side as well? If you sort of start talking, Dolga's saying no. Oh. Hello. No, I'm not seeing that at all either. So let me just quickly, apologies for this. Let me quickly fix that. You see, I test everyone else except me. Can everyone hear you now, do we think? If you say hello a couple of times. There it is. Excellent.
Hello. There it is.
Excellent. Thank you very much for being my crash test dummy on that one.
No problemo at all.
And speaking of crash test dummies, I see some of those riding a B&M invert.
Yep. I am very happy with getting it done in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. So before we talk a little bit more about that and a bit more about the twist that I threw at you guys, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone? Let them know what they can expect to see from you on stream, what kind of builder you are when I haven't put crazy and stupid restrictions on you and been an utter sadist.
I am Death Fears None, also known as Ethan, as my real name. Mostly play Planet Coaster, but I have been dabbling in a PS5, a little bit of open role-playing games. Got Crash Bandicoot on the list to do.
Oh, now that's a hard one. That's a tough game. Number 4, yeah, the one. It's about time.
Yes, and I died so many times in the very beginning, and I'm like, okay, I need to take a break.
Yeah, no, that is properly difficult. We have a great question on chat in chat, which is, what's your favourite piece, item, or prop in the game?
Ooh, that is a hard one. There's so many. I actually really go to themes and wooden structures where I can create other things with them. Like I will do wooden supports, custom wooden supports. So with that, you kind of have to be pretty innovative and be able to craft them. But coming from a Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 background where I had to make my own wooden custom supports, it's not a problem.
Nah, it's excellent news. So yeah, beams, and so I guess and Minxie Rose has just put the exact one I was thinking of in chat. I guess there's love for hydro beams around your part.
I actually do not have. I only have one thing of hydro beams.
You don't have the full hydro beams collection.
I know.
Oh, now that's a surprise.
I actually just used a lot of the in-game stuff, which will probably see
really
that pop
good
up in this.
And it is all really, really good.
It looks like a fantastic set. I keep seeing Poet make stuff with it. I'm like, I need to get on that. And
yeah, No, I will say I am absolutely an hydro beam convert. I absolutely unashamed there.
I might have
Uh,
done something a little bit cheeky, making an invert here.
yeah, I was gonna say that's an invert that evokes memories of a certain roller coaster that I am rather a huge fan of there. So if that was your aim, you've done it.
Well, in
I'm
my
impressed.
second home park, there is a ride called Banshee at Kings Island.
Yes,
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
fair enough.
There
Yeah, I'll.
is this is my theme for the ride is a Banshee.
So you're making a Banshee. Well, I have to say, in my home park, there is a little B&M invert just sort of squirreled away towards the back named Nemesis. And there's definitely feelings of that here as
Ah,
well.
Nemesis is my ultimate ride. That
She is, like I say, if ever you can get there, she absolutely lives up to your things, up to your beliefs. She's not one of those where you go, oh, not quite as good as I thought. No, absolutely as good.
oh,
That is one of the heroes you do
that is.
meet.
I've been looking at that since Roller Coaster Tycoon came out. I'm
Yeah.
talking the first one.
I will guarantee you that I have a minimum of triple digit rides on that. I think
Oh my
it is
god,
into four digit,
I'm jealous.
and it never fails to amaze me every time. You know, I can do the layout in my head. I know it off by heart. I can sit on it and just talk. But I'm
Yep.
never not in awe with that thing. So, yeah. Right, well, can we have a ban for that opinion in chat? No, joking. Mods, don't ban that opinion. It's one I disagree with. I agree, but don't ban it.
Uh-oh.
Someone has commented that Nemesis is meh and it's an average coaster with good theming. Ooh, that's an opinion, all right. That's
And
definitely an opinion. I mean, fine. I mean, it's not wrong on the grounds that one's opinion can never ever be wrong. One cannot have a wrong opinion, but it's not one that I share. Anyway, we're probably best. Well, actually, before we do, I'm going to ask a question that I keep forgetting. So you've got Cockwaddle, Board Builder, and Serious Cow King up against you today. So
yeah.
what do you think of the competition?
Oh, they're excellent competition, and I know how good all of them are, since I watch all of them on stream and look up the
Yeah.
Cockwaddle scenery and Serious Cow King's, like how he can make things out of like nothing in tiny little spaces. So it's quite stacked. And Boyd is an excellent coaster builder.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really pleased with the four people that we have here today. I think it's gonna be a stunner, and I've just put the participants' command in chat. Everyone, please go and follow all four of these fantastic builders. And with that, I think Death, we're gonna leave you be and let your coaster scream.
Yeah, yeah, it's
So,
gonna be a whale of a good time.
all right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And with that,
Thank you,
we
Winder.
will we will send Death Fears None off to his own room, and we will move on and have a little chat with a Cockwaddle. Hello there, Cockwaddle. You are muted on Discord.
My mistake, Londo. Sorry about that. Hello.
That's fine. It's a good job I spotted that. It's all right.
It
People
certainly
couldn't
is.
hear before. I've already had a tech issue or two, so it's fine. We'll get used to it.
Oh, lovely. We will. All part of the show.
Oh yeah, I mean, the day one of these goes off without a tech issue, something's gone wrong.
Yeah, I'd be a bit freaked out if we had a clean run.
Yeah. So, how are you doing today, Cockwaddle? And for anyone that doesn't know you, you've got a few minutes. Go for your spiel.
Oh, lovely. Right. Well, if you don't know me already, I am Cockwaddle. I'm a Planet Coaster streamer primarily. I stream about 6 days a week, and I am part of a wonderful community we like to call the Good Nice, where we are a largely Planet Coaster based community, but first and foremost, a really chat oriented, friendly community where we all like to just get together and have a good time, regardless of what game is being played. But we mostly started out playing Planet Coaster. Am I allowed to introduce my build yet? Is that allowed?
You can say whatever you like as long as it's fit for family time viewing.
Okay, sweet. Well, today I am building. I've taken the theme of mythology rather loosely. I figured that the default for mythology is your usual Greek, Norse, and Roman sort of ancient mythology. But I've decided to take it a little loosely and go with something that I'm actually a bit more familiar with, which is Dark Souls. Now, I know you might say that's just a video game, and that's just doing a
No
video
one
game thing.
can say that
but...
is just a video game. You
Well,
can't say that.
I'm really glad you said that, because that was basically my next point, is that Dark Souls is such a deep and rich video game that actually it really opens itself up to things like this, where it's got such a rich mythology to it, you might say.
Yeah.
That I figured that is the one I would go with. So the specific place I've chosen is Ash Lake, which I've always found a really fascinating part of the game, because it is a place where time has sort of stood still, and there's sort of relics of the deep, deep past still just sitting there untouched. And I thought I would explore that in as much of an interesting way as I can. I've always really liked the way that Dark Souls presents time as something that you can actually see sort of smashing together and not being linear.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to explore, and I'm going to try incorporate more than one area into it in order to demonstrate that.
Excellent. Well, I mean, for those on our stream, I know it's backwards, but the T-shirt that I'm currently wearing is a Dark Souls reference. So,
your T-shirt. Oh, I was going to say mine isn't. Yeah.
Oh no, mine is.
Lovely.
You will see it at some point. But if I say that the caption is "They see me rolling, they hating," and the image is a bone wheel skeleton.
Of course it is.
Because why would it not be?
Why would it not be?
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of a good job that I'm not judging this, that chat's judging this, because this would absolutely be counted as buttering up the judge.
It would stink of corruption, wouldn't it? It would.
It would, and that would be neither good nor nice.
No, quite.
So I've been asked to ask every participant, so I will. What is your favourite sort of piece or item or prop in this game?
I am a big history guy, so I really like all the ancient worldly stuff. So I'm a big fan of the temple set from the. I generally just, you know what? I'll keep it really simple. I'll just say the adventure pack. There is such a huge variety and of really, really versatile pieces that you can make to look like virtually any ancient civilization. And in my current park, that is an ancient world park, I've been using them all to death, gladly. I'd really recommend people, as soon as they've got a grip with Planet Coaster, to get the adventure pack DLC as soon as possible, because I think it really opens up loads and loads of possibilities.
And am I seeing some form of rather great hollow get built?
You might be. Was that certainly a treat? The Great Hollow you're seeing over here with the classic mushrooms of basilisks. We've actually got TMTK basilisks.
We have TMT. Oh, that's fantastic. I mean,
that almost felt like cheating, but like I had to use them.
No, it's rude not to. If you didn't and you knew they were there, that would be wrong. No, I mean, just for future reference, this is why I don't judge, because that pushing up the judge would probably have worked.
I know it to be true.
And that probably is underrated. Okay, so on a more serious note, obviously, you're not building in isolation. You have three other builders with you. You have Death Fears None, you have Board Builder, and you have Sirius Cow King. What do you think of them?
Huge fans of well, I can't profess to know Board Builder too well. I don't think I've actually seen any of his streams, but I've certainly become very familiar with Sirius, and particularly Ethan, over the past few months. Ethan is an absolute titan. Have you done his interview yet? I was going to say, because if you have, you'll know that he's massively downplaying his work at the moment, and he likes to think he's some sort of scrub at this game. But like, he's honestly a huge inspiration of mine. So I'm actually deeply nervous to be going up against him. He's an absolute titan of coaster building and theming.
I mean, it's a good job that this is just some sort of fun competition rather than something that we're all taking too seriously, then, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to be doing anything too competitive against
God, no.
any of these people. No.
I wouldn't want to do anything competitive against any of you. Yeah, no. So that's obviously Ethan, Board. I mean, I'll say now, I'll personally recommend go and follow Board.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I have done so today.
Yeah,
so, I won't,
you absolutely must. We've got four Titans in this. Let's not kid ourselves.
No, sure.
So with that, I think I'd probably better let you carry on building Ash Lake.
Lovely
quickly,
stuff.
Seeing as we did stick it in today, thank you for keeping this from even your chat. What do you think about the rule of today being forced to put a roller coaster in?
Yeah, I thought that keeps it quite nice and interesting. You can almost divide Planet Coaster players into two sort of skill categories. Like, this isn't strictly true, but a lot of the time it is the scenery builders like me. I'm primarily a scenery builder, and then there's the seriously good coaster builders like your Ethans and Sirius and so on. So I think it's a really good idea to just make sure nothing is too much in one lane or the other. You know, I like that we're being made to use rides just so that we all have to push ourselves out of the comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah. And of course, the rule is a roller coaster, so there's a lot of scope there.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
I mean, you say you're not a roller coaster builder. I'm sorry to say that you may or may not be slightly underestimating your own skill there. On the grounds that I do remember the very first Planet Coaster in a Snap when blueprints were allowed, and you were like, no, I am building my own roller coaster anyway. So.
Okay, fine, but that's my own impulse for just constantly custom building absolutely everything, even if that does include my rides. But yeah, I'll take your point.
Yeah, I agree with that. Right, I will let you go so that you can carry on building without having some annoying voice in your ear.
Lovely stuff. Well, I appreciate it, Londo. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, and everyone. That was Cockwaddle. So now we get to move on, and we're going to have a chat with. Hello there, Board Builder.
Yo, how are you doing? What's up?
I am very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I got that first bit done in a little bit less time than I anticipated, so feeling okay now, but hopefully I don't let that get too in my own head.
That is excellent. So just could you give us a quick introduction for anyone here who doesn't know who Board Builder is? And why you don't know who Board Builder is, I will never know.
I mean, I stream on PlayStation 4, mostly Planet Coasters these days, but it used to be a lot of City Skylines. I was in a Cities in a Snap back in December, if any of you guys remember me from that. So, I don't know. It's really casual. I don't get too uptight about like the numbers or anything on my channel. It's very much like, oh, this looks cool. I don't know. I do look at G-forces and try not to hurt people. Ooh, this needs to be slower.
Trying not to hurt people is always good. So, obviously we've got you on PS4. So, can you give us a bit of a talk? 'Cause I now own this on PS5. And for anyone out there who is, I'm going to use you as a bit of an example now. For anyone out there who's seen like the gulf in building in City Skylines on both console and PC, obviously that's a huge difference. They are.
Oh, that gap isn't even close to the same in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way closer to the same game between PC and console for Planet Coaster.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, just looking at the controls and having played myself a little bit. Yeah, they are incredibly close. And the console has one feature that the PC doesn't, from what I've seen, which is called Move Snap. which
Yes,
is just like the best thing in the world.
I've heard that you guys don't have that.
I do. I play on console now.
Unfortunate. Oh, well, okay. Well,
I
you
have
do.
a console. I've got it. But yeah.
Yeah, it comes in really handy if you are trying to place like non-gridded objects in equal distance from each other, or yeah, it's really useful for that. Mostly.
Yeah, it is a great tool, and I think the controller setup for it looks complicated to start with, but I mean, can you talk to sort of how intuitive it becomes?
I didn't realize it was something that you all were missing over there.
Yeah.
It's extremely useful. Like I said, I don't use it all the time.
Yeah.
Most of the objects that I tend to use are on the grid.
Yeah.
So to say.
But I suppose, you know, I think a lot of PC players might question, you know, how does the advanced move work, and you know, how can that work with a controller, and with, you know, how are the general controls in the game? And I'll admit, I'm asking you questions I know the answers to.
Yeah, no, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of an odd time for me to try and explain them, because really I'm just working on a coaster right now. If I were doing a building, it'd be, you know, you guys will see some examples of how that differs later on today, if I get to it.
We might try and
me.
we might try and have that conversation at the halftime interview then. But I mean, someone has already put up in chat, and I'm going to ask the question because there's a bit of an elephant in the room here. I only said that you had to put one coaster in. What's this? Do I see a second?
Yeah, because David and Goliath has an "and" in the middle of its title.
So that'd be the theme.
No, I really felt like seeing if I could do two. Just because I normally do coasters kind of casually, so I think doing one, I don't know why. I just wanted to see if it was something I could do, and now my camera is stuck. Okay, there we go.
Okay, unstick your camera. So yeah, I mean, that's a big decision. A lot of people struggle to get one coaster in on time, and here's you already having one, looks like, built, and onto your second. Like, I mean, what is this madness?
I'll be a little honest. The one that I have is one of the simpler types to make. You know, I did cater to that. But
either way, I mean, you know, you got it in.
Yeah, it's still going to be 2 queues, 2 exits, 2 brake runs, 90 minutes left. Oh god. Okay.
Yeah. Well, a few seconds under. I missed it. So yeah, that's a thing, and obviously there's theming to do around it and whatever. So what I'm going to do probably now. I have to ask you a question, which is I have to ask you 2 questions before I leave you. One is, what is your favourite sort of prop, item, piece, whatever in the game? That one came from chat.
Yes, it is a very close tie between... A lot of my regulars know where I'm going. It's a very close tie between Spotlight number 2, because I like to hang it off of rides and things and point it at coasters, and I believe it's Floodlight number 2. Floodlight number 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a couple of obnoxiously visible floodlights.
Yeah. So really great for studios areas, or if you want to go, look, this is how the theming's done in a theme park, rather than trying to keep all the mystique. Yeah.
I really like hiding the lights on other coasters.
Yeah.
And on the supports and stuff, so.
The other one that I will obviously ask is, you know, you've got Death Fears None, you've got Cockwaddle, and you've got Serious Cow King. What do you think to your competition?
I try really hard not to even really, I mean, this might sound a little bit self-centered, but I try really hard not to even think about or consider who else is in it, because it really shouldn't change what I'm doing.
Yeah.
To the point that when I'm in my cities one before, I had no idea who was in it until the green room.
Fair enough.
So
do you at least know do you know the other builders? Or will you be going and sort of saying hello at some point on their streams?
Oh, of course. You always
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good to hear. So I think with that,
I'm just-
mean, you've got a lot of work ahead of you. So I'm going to let you go, and I will speak to you somewhere probably just after halfway through.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And that was Sirius. That was Board Builder. Why the... I'm messing everything up now. Yeah, let me... Sorry, I will make this work momentarily. And that, folks, was definitely Board Builder. Right, and now we get to chat soon to, well, the only person we haven't chatted to. Get those moves ready, because you know full well as soon as he hears my voice, he will. So, hello there, Sirius Cow King.
Moo, there we go. Moo.
There we are. I knew we were going to have a moo out of you. I knew it was going to happen. So, how are you doing?
I am doing, I believe, good. I'm not sure on time, but I'm personally doing good, yeah.
Excellent. Well, if I say that time, you've got about an hour and 26 minutes left. Does that help you?
Well, I got my timer in front of me. It's more like I know how much more work I have to do for what I had planned, so...
Yeah, that's a thing. So, would you like to introduce yourself to anyone who may not know who you are? I mean, why
Yeah.
they don't know who you are, I wouldn't have a clue, but sure.
Yeah, so in case anybody here is new and doesn't know who I am, hi everybody, I am Sirius Scout King. I am a video game tester. I live in Montreal and I test Dead by Daylight for a living. I have a
Excellent.
dog.
So if anyone's going to break this game, it's going to be you. That's what you've just told me, isn't it?
Yes, sure.
Excellent.
Of
That
course.
is fantastic to hear.
Actually, the sad part of being a video game tester is I am aware of many different assets in the game that are bugging out. Like, they are problematic. So I already broke this game, but not in a good way.
So, I mean, sort of talking about assets then, that'll lead us on to the question of what are your favourite assets in this game?
Yes. Well, first off, I would like to say I tend to play video games in a purely vanilla way, and
Yeah.
I don't tend to buy DLCs unless I really, really want them. So I only own the base game only. No toolkit items, no nothing.
So
just pure
literally,
vanilla.
so what you're saying to us is that if anyone goes and gets the free PS Plus PS5 copy, they can do
Yes.
absolutely everything that you can do, that you're doing today.
Exactly.
That is
yes.
that is great to hear. That is some stunning news, and of course, remember that the DLCs on the PS5 are half price at the moment. But
Yeah,
other
yeah.
than
And
that,
also,
Yeah.
if you're a PC player, the game does come down in special, in discount very often.
yeah,
And
it really
the
does.
DLC, same things. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I always joke about Steam sales. Wait 4 weeks and you've got another one coming round. And I say that I joke about that. That's only half a joke.
It kind of is, yes.
Yeah. So I see a roller coaster. So you've obviously understood the assignment that as a one-off special and potentially more in the future, I am being an evil so-and-so and enforcing roller coasters. What do you think to that as a rule?
I think it's a fun thing. A lot of people do enjoy building roller coasters. On the other hand, some people struggle with it, which is
Yeah.
fine. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's not for everybody, of course. But if you're looking for some help, I do have a video tutorial on YouTube.
Here we go. Whoever placed bets that Sirius was going to start plugging his YouTube channel on this,
Yes.
Collect
of
your winnings.
course. Yep.
collect your winnings.
Yeah, you got your bingo card right there.
Yeah. Damn it! I still haven't set the bingo cards up.
Yeah, you forgot your bingo card. Oh, there you go.
No.
If you had that on your bingo card.
Yeah, and if you had me not setting stuff up because I've been too busy, mark that one off your bingo card as well.
So yeah.
Oh, Minx is claiming bingo. Minxie is claiming bingo, and I think given that she wrote her own bingo card, she's going to win that.
She probably will, yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, what?
I'm seeing a roller coaster in a hole.
Yes. So, I don't know if you noticed, but I spent more than half an hour on one roller coaster, and I'm about to spend probably another hour on it. So usually what I do is a full park, everything. I might not do that today. This would be an exception case for me. I always do full parks with benches and stalls and all that.
So this might be, a one roller coaster park, which, just for the avoidance of doubt, it still counts. That is a theme park. There's no denying that. And if anyone wants to try and deny that, explain Ring Racer at the Nürburgring when that was a thing.
If I have enough time, it's gonna be more than one roller coaster park. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what's going to possibly happen, but I can tell you this. Without any DLC or toolkit item, for a moment at first, I was really not sure what I could do. In fact, I was considering not participating. I was like, well, that one's not for me. Because Mythology without anything, But then I started thinking about it and I got 5 different ideas. So I zoned in on Cthulhu, the ancient forgotten god of chaos, which you can essentially recreate using these animatronics that we're about to see. Because Cthulhu and Kraken are very similar.
Ah, of course. So you're going that route.
Yep.
That makes absolute sense. So, of course, let's sort of have a quick chat. Obviously, you've got Death Fears None, you've got Cockwaddle, and you've got Board Builder. What do you think to your competition?
I'm thinking it's gonna be very interesting for sure. From what I know of, I mean, Cockwaddle, obviously, everybody knows Cockwaddle, most of us at least. So
I think that's a fair assumption, yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that he can pull off something very beautiful. Death Fears None, I think is a... Oh, right. I need to disable my collisions at this point. Death Fears Not, I think, is a... he tends to have a bit of a low esteem of himself, but really is really good. And in fact, in the first place, I thought if someone's going to beat me, it's going to be him. And I would be very happy if I was to lose.
I think, to be honest, I mean, just sort of from my point of view, I think any of you could win in this bracket. I think we've got 4 excellent builders.
Yes, and Board Builder, well, I don't really have I don't often see his streams. I just, sometimes you have incompatible schedules and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
But as far as I know, he's really good. So let's see what he does, for sure. Certainly.
And with that, I think for your start of game interview, which was like quite late for the start of the game, probably best let you go on and build your how do you pronounce it? Because I would pronounce it Cthulhu.
Yes, it's the pronunciation is unclear to everyone, even myself. So let's just say this giant thing.
Yeah. Enjoy your building of said giant thing. And we'll chat to you at some point around, probably just after the halfway mark.
Alright then.
Alright, thank you very much. And that, folks, was Serious Cow King, and we all got a moo out of him. Alright, so let's sort of go and have a look at everyone, how they're doing. And in fact, actually, I'm going to throw a poll up in chat. I want to see about a discussion here, which is, should we enforce coasters? Should we require a coaster? Every event, every other event, never. I'm not going to allow additional votes. We'll have that running for 3 minutes. This is only for Planet Coaster and a Snap. I'm not saying that we do it for every, for City and Snap as well. But there's now a poll up, which is, should we require a coaster? For the avoidance of doubt, if it comes out of the Coasters tab, it's a coaster. Yes, technically, the Mine Ride may not be a coaster, whatever. If it comes out of the Coaster tab, it counts. So let's discuss it as well as sort of having it as a poll. Moving on, says Liam. Oh, Liam out with the cow jokes already. I'm loving it. Just don't milk it too much. Do not milk it. So please get your votes in. Now, this whole thing comes about because I think Cockwaddle said it well. I've heard it from other people as well, and I've observed it, which is that we do seem to have some people who like building coasters, some people like just doing scenery, some people are very big on sort of coasters make the game fun. There's a lot of groups in the community, but they could broadly be called coaster or scenery. But as you can see, Cockwaddle's declared himself very much on the scenery side of things, and yet does build his own custom coasters. Now, you lot are trying to troll me, aren't you? Are you trying to troll me? I see that everyone is voting. I see that the votes are pretty equal. So what I'll do, in fact, we have someone who will probably help us with this discussion a lot. So I will introduce him. Hello there, Liam. You are currently muted on Discord, and you're now not currently muted.
Sorry about that. I remembered I muted, and then I was in the green room, and I was like, "You're suppressed. You can't do a thing." So it's fine.
Oh, that's a bit cruel. So I suppose we've only got like a couple of votes in, so please vote on this poll, because we've got literally 3 votes, 1 for each option. I can't do anything with that.
It's very interesting how it's all pretty much level, in all honesty.
Yeah, now the question is it level because everyone's got those opinions, or are they trying to troll the host? Trolling the host is a thing in this.
This is true. I would say both.
Yeah, I was going to say the answer is probably yes.
It's probably coincidental, if anything, in all honesty, but...
Possibly, but you know what chat are like.
True. This is very true.
That is a finished poll, and that was literally the least helpful poll I have ever run in the history. In fact, can someone screenshot that? Because that is one that we are using. In fact, I'm going to bring a screenshot tool up and do that quickly.
The most helpful voting poll ever.
That is the most helpful poll I've never had. So Kickster85 is saying that he doesn't know which option to choose, and uncovered his thoughts on it. Can you type some of your thoughts in chat? It didn't hold on to this. Thank you, Key.
It's interesting because can I share my opinion?
Oh, please. I want everyone's opinions on this.
So my opinion is, well, everyone's opinion is going to be controversial on this, no doubt. But my opinion is never. I don't believe there should or shouldn't be, or whatever, there shouldn't be this sort of rule.
Yeah.
Because you have plenty of fairgrounds and everything like that that do not have a roller coaster.
Yeah,
and
I'll
plenty
go
of theme
that.
parks and what have you. So it's all open to debate, obviously.
No,
but it's very interesting how some people prefer that it must have a coaster, some people prefer that it shouldn't have a coaster, and blah blah blah. If anything, I don't mind either way. That's why I say never, because it's like you can get a really decent park whether you have a coaster or not. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm not going to reveal actually which way I want to go, but I'm going to argue against everyone on this. Not because I think anyone's opinion's wrong. No one's opinion is ever wrong. It's your opinion. But obviously, you know, we've got to do it. The game's called Planet Coaster. It's it is kind of in the name.
Yes.
And that's something that people have brought up. Now, does that mean that putting a coaster in is kind of a thing? Or does that mean that actually, if you want to play it a completely different way and not put a coaster in and play, you know, essentially Planet Fairground, does that show creativity in a different way?
You could relate it to a game like Planet Zoo, for example.
Yeah.
By the same creators, of course.
Yes.
Where you have some people who play the game that don't make a full zoo.
Yeah.
That will make, say, for example, just a sanctuary, for example, or even just a place where there's gardens. It's the same sort of thing, but I think it's because the name shouldn't matter. Whether it's called Planet Coaster or whatever, it shouldn't matter. It's about people's creativity. It's about people just, you know, bringing themselves out to the world of Planet Coaster. You know, showing what they can do and enjoying creating things out of nothing. Or if they don't like Sandbox, enjoying the campaign. So, yeah,
I mean that's exactly. I mean, I would recommend the campaign anyway because it's a great tutorial. I mean, I'll read out a couple of the opinions we've got in chat. One person has said anyone that doesn't put a coaster in their park is going to struggle to get their vote. Now, that could be an argument for saying never and saying, well, chat gets to decide what's important to them. That could also be an argument for saying, well, if we enforce at least one, then that person's got to look at other things or look at the quality of that coaster. So, you know, it's...
I would also like to add that we've had winners before that haven't had coasters.
Well, we have. And that has... I mean... rightly or wrongly, and I'm not gonna state my view on this. Rightly or wrongly, that has hacked people off. Some people, and other people, it's been quite hilarious and quite funny. And other people are like, well, they've built the best theme park. So there's, you know, that's kind of why this is a debate, right? Why this isn't a case of, well, obviously you should have a coaster. Because at one point, you know, you think, well, obviously it's Planet Coaster, you should have a coaster. And then, well, should you? Can it be proven? So this is very, very nuanced.
It's a very interesting debate, isn't it, to have, to be honest. I mean, personally for me, when I build, I love coasters in real life. So when I build it, I always get a coaster. I need to have a coaster because that's what I enjoy.
Yes.
But other people, they might not be building coasters in this game purely because they genuinely just don't enjoy them or don't enjoy building them.
Yeah.
That could be the thing, who knows? But it's such an interesting debate to have, to hear everyone's different theories and wow.
I mean, that is why the middle option was in the poll. Which was, you know, have some events that are tiered more towards coaster builders and have some events that are tiered more towards scenery builders. And essentially try and please everyone. Now that obviously means that there's a very good chance that you'll please no one.
I mean, let's face it, you can never go through life being able to please everyone.
Yeah.
There's always going to be someone out there that's never going to be happy regardless of what's happened.
I'll completely agree with that.
But I like the idea of... I might not necessarily agree with it, as I've given my view, obviously.
Yeah,
but I like the idea of every other, so that it gives others the opportunity to, you know, compete against others who have the same mindset in terms of how they build their parks and what have you.
I mean, another idea I'd like to float is instead of treating it as two different groups, one that I saw that was really cool as an idea was a tag team match. So say we do it over 2 rounds. First round is a coaster builder, builds a coaster and themes it reasonably well, and gets it up on their version of the workshop. And then their tag team partner has to be on the same platform and downloads that coaster and then has to theme it up with the theme given on the second event.
That's pretty incredible, actually. That's quite the idea. I actually like that.
So, I mean, can we get some sort of noise and opinions in chat as to would you be interested in doing that, and would you be interested in taking part, and would you be interested in finding a tag team partner on the same platform that you're on, so that you could make that work?
I mean, I think that's an incredible idea, to be honest. That's So how would it run? So you have the first. So would it be over 2 different?
You'd do it over 2 legs. I'd do it as 2 events.
Okay,
so,
I got
one
you.
event
So
would be...
The first event will be the coaster, and the second event would be the scenery side of things, or...
Yeah, would be theming it, or building a park around it.
Okay. Wow.
So, but first person might build and theme a bit of the coaster, and then the second person comes in and builds a very scenery-oriented park around that coaster. So... And I think they'd probably both be full-length events as well. I think they'd both be either an hour and a half or 2 hours, and really showcase what 2 people can do over 4 hours, and really show how
yeah, that would be fantastic. That sort of venting to me sounds because you're combining 2, no doubt, brilliant builders of the game.
Oh gosh, you are, yeah.
And just seeing exactly what they can create together is just wow. Can you imagine? Well, some of the things you can see is just amazing. Sorry,
it's incredible. Ahead. We've already got a console. As long as they're both on the same console, as long as they're both on PlayStation, I think we've already got one console team signed up for it. I think we've literally already got a sign up because both people independently have said, I want this person as my tag team partner.
Set the date. That's all I can say. Set the date.
Right. Right. Everyone, jump in the Discord. Tell me dates that you can do for it. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's make this happen. Because no one as yet have said, "Oh, I don't want to do that." So yeah. Oh God, just Mike of Pain in the chat has just come up with. By the way, hi Mike. Has just come up with a very, very good pairing. That if we could get them both in, I want to see. Nerd Chacho and Moomin.
Oh, Mikey, you would say that, wouldn't you?
Mikey would come out with something like that.
Yeah, that's quite a phenomenal pairing, that is. Yes, let's do that. Let's make that happen, please.
Well, if anyone knows Nerd Chacho and Moomin well enough to convince them both to make Twitch accounts and do this, I want that pairing in.
I'm sure we could try and figure something there.
Yeah,
I know Mikey what he's just put.
Hey, you say that, Mikey, but don't forget that this is still got time limits on it. This is still speed builds, and don't forget, with all the rest of it. I mean, when it was Citizen of Snap, you'd sort of say, oh, such and such a person's won this clearly, and they hadn't. It's way more open than it looks, is this competition. This is the great thing about it, in my mind. It's just how open it is.
Couldn't agree more, because a lot of people you've never potentially seen create things before in this game, and then you see what they create over the time span, and you're like, you just get amazed by it. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, we've already got more and more people wanting to sign up and tag team this. I think we have to do it. I think
no doubt you have to. I
think I've just backed us into a corner here, folks. So who's excited for the 2-leg?
Yep. Count me in that. Not to take part, just to
Well, I'll tell you what.
Look forward to that.
You're being dragged in on hosting duties with me.
Oh well, that's fine. I'm fine with that as long as I get to.
Oh, we are. You've been drafted.
You know, see everything happening. I'm down.
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
yeah. You've been drafted. Right. So shall we have a brief talk about, because as weird as this is, we do have a competition going on, and we've got four incredible designs being built right now. We've got if we zoom in on Death Fears None at first, we've got this Banshee roller coaster with that colour scheme, which is just sublime and beautiful. And a B&M invert. And did you see how quickly he got that together?
I absolutely did, and I'm pretty darn amazed by what he's put together.
You are one of the reigning champions. Does this slightly scare you?
Oh, it would terrify me. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. But I would absolutely ride it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you and I both. I want this thing built.
But even the name behind it, so Banshee, the color scheme as you've already covered, and the theming behind it, what's going up and stuff, is just. I'm not sure if you saw the screen that he put up for it earlier as well. It's just look, this is gonna look extremely. Well, it's just gonna look amazing.
Oh, look at those foot choppers.
Yeah.
He's zooming out. Let's sort of zooming back in. Shall we then go and have a little look at Mr. Cockwaddle and Ashley and that bonfire? I mean, are you a Dark Souls player as well?
Now, you're going to hate me, but don't. I've never played Dark Souls. I've watched and observed players on Dark Souls because that's what I prefer to do, because I've seen too many people rage on it.
No, I agree. For a good number, for about 2 years, I was the same. So absolutely no hate from me whatsoever. No, But
with Cockwaddle, I know him very well with his Planet Coaster streams and what he can do. So in terms of the theming behind, we all know it's Mythology, and he's using it loosely with Dark Souls, which I like that idea. I really do like that idea.
I love loose use of themes. There is a reason that when I say to someone the theme is and give them a word, and they say to me, well, does that include this or does that include this? I'm like, you're only getting that one word off me. If you can convince chat that you've met the theme, they will probably vote in that direction.
But you can see exactly how well he's thought this through as well, and
clearly
how well he's put all the pieces together and everything that he's created, and it's very well thought through. And I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest. Yes, the lighting coming together, and this is going to be a tough one for everyone.
It is. Right. Would you like to hold on with us while we? Would you like to join me in interviewing our participants as well?
I'll interview if I can think of anything to say. I shall join in as well. Otherwise, I'll keep stum for you to do it.
I think you should join in with us. There we are, Cockwaddle with his trademark Vimto. Absolutely, that's how you know it's a Cockwaddle. But first of all, I think what we're going to do is we are going to go and have a little chat with Death Fears None. So let's bring him in. Hello there, Death Fears None.
Hello. Comment ça va?
Ça va très bien, merci. Yeah, there you are. You've got all the French I know out. So you've got both Liam and I. Oh, there we are. There's Liam's French.
Hello, Liam.
How are we doing?
I'm internally freaking out.
I know the feeling too well. Trust me.
yeah. That makes for all of us knowing that feeling very well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing black, purple, and some lovely theming going on here.
Yep.
So how do you think you're doing on time?
Not as good as I hoped I would be, actually.
Ooh, that doesn't sound too great. Hopefully, you get that last hour wind and the pace manages to pick up. How have you enjoyed this one so far?
Oh, I'm loving it. It's once you get over the nerves.
Yeah. I keep trying to say don't take it too seriously and don't get nervous, but yeah, I've taken part. It's nerve-wracking.
How much preparation did you put towards this?
I didn't have much because I've been working midnights and the schedule got short staffed, so it's got kind of hectic. So I only had 5 dry runs and only with an hour of a speed build. So
how many dry runs? Sorry,
5.
4. 5.
4.
5.
Yeah, that's a lot of dry runs.
Holy smokes, that's incredible! Wow.
That is, yeah.
I wish I had
That's
more.
taking it seriously.
That is. Wow.
Liam, how many dry runs did you have before you took part? And then I'll own up for me.
I think 2 at the most. 2,
I didn't have
2.
any. I had 0.
Oh.
I went in cold.
Did you
Well,
win?
Oh,
No,
no.
the one I went in cold on, I didn't win. The one I went in, I'd had no actual dry runs, but I had ideas and I'd practiced a few bits of it, which was the intersections in the snap. I won that one,
fair.
and then Island Isolation I won with nothing at all except I'm going to build a prison. I don't want to play Skylines. I'll play
Really?
Prison Architect instead.
Well, to be fair, all the dry runs I did was to a launch coaster and to a totally different theme.
Yeah. So yeah, all right. I mean that's more than fair. Would you take part again, knowing what you know now?
Oh, absolutely. This is incredible. I like pushing your boundaries.
Yeah, I
Trying
agree.
to
Oh,
figure
look, you're doing a cockwaddle now. Same rock rotated multiple times.
Rock work, absolutely. How much more do you think you have to do before you think you're gonna finish it? Feeling the pressure now, of course.
I'm never happy. You're never happy with a build.
Oh,
never
yeah.
done.
Spoken like a truth craftsman there.
Yep. I could agree with that.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. So, apart from sort of giving away that it's Banshee, is there anything else that you want to give away? Are you aiming to build anything sort of anything else around the coaster as well as the coaster, or are you sort of going for a well-themed coaster?
I'm going for a well-themed coaster. I kind of botched the beginning a little bit. It took a little too long on the coaster. I was hoping to get it done in 5 minutes, but it went a little over that.
Wow. Because I saw it and I was like, okay, we're 10 minutes. He's built a coaster in 10 minutes. Yeah, yeah. There's a reason
nobody
I
likes to show off. Okay, maybe we do.
I was going to say we kind of do here, but sure. There is a reason I've been hashtag demoted to host. There absolutely is, isn't there? I mean, you know, I'd still be trying to build my first. I'd still be trying to build my coaster.
It's relatively smooth for the time I had. It's not perfect, but
Was there a reason behind selecting an inverted coaster as well?
Well, since I wanted to theme Banshee, I was thinking about doing a multi-launched coaster low to the ground, and I thought about how big it would be, and I didn't have time for that. I'm like, invert, I can do compact. It looks good, and it saves you on time.
Minxie's saying she'd still be trying to place a flat ride. I'm glad I've got you here for these interviews, Liam. You're asking way better questions than me. I need to be hashtag. Who thinks I need to be hashtag demoted to co-host and let Liam host?
And it's one of my favorites. Is I love inverted coasters. There's something about them.
I'm with you on that. To be honest, I really love inverted coasters too.
I live like single-digit number of miles away from Alton Towers. If I didn't adore inverted coasters, there'd be something wrong with me.
There absolutely would. You're not wrong there. And I'm absolutely jealous of you living literally close to that place.
Yeah, like half an hour's drive.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfair. I mean, I got to drive 2 hours to Cedar Point, but I mean, that's not too bad.
I'm sorry to say, I'm rather jealous of how close you are to some of the big American parks. Though.
Yeah,
So,
come on now. You can't say that when you're close to those parks. That's just
that's not right. Kiggy's just invited himself to visit. Yeah, sure, go on. Go on, go for it. Right, so I suppose what we ought to do now is probably let you finish off your build, and we will go and chat with Cockwaddle in a sec, I think.
Yeah, good luck.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
More
Appreciate
to the point, have great fun.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Right, and thank you very much. That was Death Fears None. And now we're going to go across and say a brief hello to Cockwaddle. By the way, Liam, please do ask more questions. You are better at this than me.
You're not that bad. Come on, you're amazing.
It's fine. Before we do, King has said that he's seen the fireworks Sultan Towers before. Yeah, they are amazing. I have seen those as well.
I've
And
not
with
seen
that,
those, you know.
oh, you must. You
I know.
must.
No.
And hello there, Cockwaddle. How are you doing?
Oh, London, I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm deep into coaster building, which is not...
That's
This
excellent.
is something
Yeah.
I've never seen before.
Oh, that's a familiar voice. Hello,
Oh
Liam.
yes.
Oh,
Hello,
yes.
Cockwaddle. How are we doing, my friend?
I'm feeling good, to be honest. I didn't expect to be feeling this good, but I really am. I realised not long ago that about half of the time had elapsed, and I suddenly felt really quite good. I've got to admit, because I do feel like more than half of the work is done.
Wow.
That is great news. And I see that you're even building your inversions yourself. You're not even using the inbuilt zero G rolls.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I quite like making my own inversions these days. Yeah.
I tell you what, a winged coaster. Nice,
Oh.
nice, tasty one to go for. Why?
Thank
is
you very
that?
much. It was partly because I've used this coaster type before with one of my old parks, but also because it's one of the ones that's really good like launch sections and stuff. And I couldn't be bothered with like a lift hill and all that today. I'm not doing that. So I just wanted something that just goes. I don't want to like be going up a hill slowly. I just need to just lift off, you know.
Yeah, just rev and go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree with you there.
Yeah, I'm really liking it. I've got like I can actually quickly show you if you like. I've got the don't look at that. That's not how it's meant to be seen. It sort of looks like this now. So we've got our sandbanks and we've got our like skulls of like giant dead creatures. We've got our clams in. Obviously our Great Hollow Scene has basilisk. You know.
I'm sorry, Cotwaddle. Really, I've had to go to the depths to farm humanity, and I've not long since beaten Seath. And you show me clams and basilisks. You really know how to touch a nerve, don't you?
I do. So, for any Dark Souls players, that might set off some bad flashbacks. My apologies.
Don't worry, at least you haven't done Pikachu and Snorlax. That's all I'm going to say. Which
Very true.
loved that fight, but it didn't take.
It's a great
that
fight.
long. It only took me
it's a...
2 or 3 hours.
yeah. Best
And this is why I've not got into Dark Souls. It takes 2 or 3 hours to beat a boss. No, thank you.
Oh, it takes your life, to be honest.
No, as Cockwaddle will tell you, 2 or 3 hours is a that's a quick kill on those two for your first go at them.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Dex builds for the win.
I need to ask you something, Cockwaddle. So with this coaster, is there much more to do after this? Is there going to be a lot of scenery around it, or?
So this coaster is going to go somewhere really crazy, right? It's going to go underwater, and when it goes underwater, it's going to essentially go through a wormhole in time, and it's going to enter a completely different area of Dark Souls, which I can show you a little sneak peek of. It's essentially the final boss area of Dark Souls. It's going to give us a little tour of that area, sort of underwater, but kind of also in another dimension, because that is weirdly the way that Dark Souls works.
I appreciate the explanation of that, because we were watching you building that earlier, and I was like, I have no idea about Dark Souls because I've never played it. I've just watched people play it and thought, no, I'm going to rage, so I won't play it. So I appreciate that. And underwater, so it's going to be as if it's going through a wormhole into that area. I like that idea. Actually, that's pretty cool.
That is
I came up with that this morning.
So I mean, I'll ask you a quick question now. That is, I'm going to go back Dark Souls for one more question. Then I promise we'll go back to Planet Coaster. But Dark Lord but are you linking the fire? That is the question.
that's a cracking question. I've done both so many times. I will say, I'll say Dark Lord. It's Link in the Fire. It's Link in like nah. Dark Lord is the canonical in the way, isn't
Yeah.
it? So I guess
Yeah.
I'll go with that. I'll take
Fair
that.
enough. Right, so back to sort of Planet Coaster style things.
Yeah.
Liam, you're better at this than me. I had thought of a question that you'd asked and then kind of forgotten it.
What? Hang
'cause
on.
that's
You
me.
thought of a question I'd ask? That's plagiarism, that is.
Yeah, and
No. I'm. You know what? You've made me pull a blank the moment you started talking.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine. So are you saying you're ahead, Cockwaddle? Would you say you're ahead?
What in terms of my personal schedule?
Your personal
Yeah, with-
schedule on this park specifically, yeah. What do you think?
Yes, I would say so. I thought quite a few parts of this would take a lot longer than they have. Mostly like the small details, but to be honest, I guess the focus has kicked in because I've managed to get a lot of stuff done that I thought would take ages. But yeah, so that's good because it means I can really focus a lot on my coaster track looking as good as I want it to, which I was worrying about a bit.
Yeah.
But here we
Yeah,
are.
because you're not normally a coaster builder per se, are you?
I'm really
To be
not.
honest?
With all my parks. It's always the bit that I really dread. People who watch my streams know that I'm always saying stuff like, "Oh, and I guess tomorrow maybe we'll build a coaster." Like it's not the thing I like doing.
So it wouldn't be. So this competition wouldn't exactly be filling you with joy to think about building more coasters in the future in your parks, right?
Well, you know what? Maybe it'll give me a bit a bit more confidence in the future. Maybe I suppose if I feel like I can do this on the fly, then yeah, maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
I think we'll see how it comes out because at the minute it's looking pretty darn smooth.
Looking
Thank you,
incredibly
yeah.
tasty.
Quite happy with the stats so far. I've got to say, I don't know how I'm
There we
doing
go.
this.
You see, so you never know. Don't doubt
Yeah.
yourself. There's too many people that play this game that doubt themselves. Seriously,
It's true.
Yeah.
It's outrageous
That is true.
behavior.
Yes, you can give that a rest. That's my trick. I doubt myself on everything in life.
I'll leave it to you in future then, Londo.
Thank you muchly, Cockwaddle. So
Well.
yeah, I'm gonna reveal something we've been talking about to Cockwaddle to see if he'd be interested in it.
Oh yes,
we've
of course.
we've been having mutterings about a 2-leg competition, where leg one, someone builds a coaster in a team. Leg 2, someone builds a park around that coaster. Obviously, you've got to be on the same platform as the as your Oppo.
Sure. I like
But
that.
yeah.
That's good. That's cracking. And yeah. If anything gets me to not have to build a coaster in 2 hours, then yeah, I'm certainly game for that.
Fair enough. Right, I think we'll probably let you go because we've got more mid-time interviews to come. So they're not going to be mid-time
Lovely.
interviews. All right.
Good luck
thank
for the
you very
rest
much.
of it, Cockwaddle.
Good luck.
Thank you so much, Liam and Londo. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And remember, folks, go and follow every one of our wonderful builders, please. Because they are all, I mean, they're knocking this out of the park. I knew this was going to be a good one. But I don't know about
ridiculous.
you, Liam. I don't know about you.
I'm not
Yeah.
voting.
Are you claiming to be co-host and therefore not having to vote?
I think I should, to be honest. And then that way I don't need to worry about voting.
Yeah. And talking about voting, here's someone else who is angling for your votes, folks. Hi there, board builder. How are you doing?
Hey, I am just moving right along. How's everything going on that side?
Everything is going as smoothly as one could expect for a Games in a Snap. Take that as you will. And we have
game crash.
I'm not saying what's happened and what hasn't happened. What I will say though is that there's a Liam with me as well.
Hello, how are we doing, board builder?
I'm doing all right.
Great stuff. I'm always very intrigued with this competition when we have console players because I feel it's a bit more pressure for you guys. But at the same time, if you've played on it for long enough on console, then it's no different to the pressure, say, for a PC player. What would you say?
Yeah, it's really a matter of what you're used to. The learning curves may be different, but somebody that's over a learning curve is going to be, over a learning curve, hopefully.
So how do you think you're getting on so far?
I think I'm going to run out of time, but I'm sure everybody has that same thought. But thing is, I don't have a plan, for anything at this stage, so I am absolutely going to run out of time because yeah. I'm just gonna hit a wall and be like, oh, I'm out.
I mean, given that no one's ever happy with their build at the end anyway, doesn't everyone run out of time? Isn't that kind of the done thing?
I would say so. In a way. I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you
I
weren't to
definitely
finish
want
it,
get basic things like guests.
I mean, if you weren't to finish it, would you continue it even after finishing the competition?
Not this version of it. If anything, I would redo it and take my time and take the concept and do it as I usually would. Yeah.
Yeah, perfectly understandable. Are you enjoying the build so far? Are you enjoying the competition?
Yeah, this one's pretty chill. It's pretty quiet over here. I'm not really looking at my chat a whole lot, but that's okay. I'm more engulfed in what I'm doing this time around.
Yeah, and would you be interested in having another bash in the future at some point?
I mean, yeah, I could do more of the coaster one, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say because I put a rule in on you guys and said you have to build a coaster. Now, once again, just for the avoidance of doubt here, I said you had to build a coaster, but two.
Oh, yeah.
Are you regretting that yet, or is that still still the not yet?
I mean, ask me in the last 10 minutes. My answer might be different, but
believe me,
now I think I'm okay.
We're not going to interrupt people during those last 10 minutes. That is that is beyond cruelty.
What type of coasters are there? Did I see a flawless one, and are they both flawless or?
No, we've got a hyper and a floorless because I'm doing David and Goliath. So now it's a matter of just making it look like the desert.
Right.
Shouldn't be too hard. But I don't want to forget things like a bathroom.
Okay, so why those specific types of coaster?
They're both fairly easy for me to do. Their tracks are the same track visually, so they work well dueling each other. And I didn't want to do anything too complicated and have like two of the same type because then everyone would expect them to be synchronized the entire time, and I don't have time for that. I was only thrown into this on Wednesday, so I'm winging it.
That is actually a big point that we need to make chat aware of.
Okay.
That Board literally found out on Wednesday. He was literally asked on Wednesday, can you take part, please? We've got 3 people, we don't have 4. And his answer was, yeah, sure.
Does that mean you did have no?
I mean, I said no for like 45 minutes, but then I was like, fine.
Oh yeah, Minxie worked Minxie magic and made it happen. So, as we've asked everyone else up until now, how many dry runs have you had?
Oh, what, of testing this
this style
idea?
Build? Yeah.
I wanted to see if I could build Goliath in a half an hour. I did that first I wanted to see if I could do it in an hour. Then I kind of wanted to trim that down, and I only made an attempt at like the first half of David with the slingshot and everything, which is why keeping them paced together is kind of an issue that I'm having on this one, but I just don't have the time to go through and test and retrack, and it's something that I would be able to do given my normal gameplay, but this makes us think on our feet, so it's gonna have to be what it is.
So you're saying it's gonna be like a desert sort of themed style around the coasters, right? So are we expecting not too much foliage, etc. then, or rock work? Or...
A whole lot. I mean, I might do some flybys with some trees, but it's not going to be the normal overly lush that I usually have in my parks. Just like forest.
And I mean, you could always create a lore implication that, well, David and Goliath are not going to be paced together because David and Goliath IRL were not paced together. That's not what they are.
It's one playing catch up with the other one, and then the other one dancing around it. And Goliath takes a while to get moving because it has to take all the time to get up to the lift, which makes sense because a giant would be very slow moving. David just whip, and he's off. So
I personally really like this idea, to be honest, of David and Goliath and having these two different types of coasters. Now that you've explained it to me in that, it's a brilliant idea, to be honest.
I think
a slingshot start of David. And so I'm.
I mean, it goes that way. Oh, I like that start.
But then I got to hear it, and I was like, oh no, he's way too far ahead. I could speed up the lift on Goliath. I'm still thinking about it.
Whichever, I mean, to be fair.
You've still got time to do that. So,
You do, but, be careful.
I gotta figure out what else I need to do. I
gotta
connect this.
You only have 36.5 minutes left.
Holy crap. Alright,
Yeah! Did you just detect a bit of a speed up there, Leah?
Okay,
Yeah. It's fine. Everything's fine. I mean, what I will say now is looking at them visually, those coasters are absolutely stunning. The track interaction is fantastic. I really do love how these look.
And if anybody wants to know how this is done really quick, if you go in coaster chain or ride chain, that's what they are rides that start at the same time. A lot of people are like, I can't get them to synchronize. I'm like, there's a button for it, literally, and you can stop them all and test them all and open them all together. So,
and I mean, I make the assumption that if people come across to your stream, which I wholeheartedly recommend, that they can ask you questions there, and I'm sure that you will be the wonderful person that you are and try and answer them.
I might not have the answer, but I'll try.
No.
I'll make something up if I can't.
No. Make it up as you go along. It'll be fine. No one will know if we don't tell them.
All I can say is best of the luck for the remainder of 35 minutes now.
35 minutes left. Yeah. Best of luck, and remember, everyone. This is done on console in 2 hours, and there are,
PlayStation 4. You can see it.
PS4
right
as well.
I don't know what kind of timing on a really old controller.
I've never played it on a 4. I've played it on a 5.
Yeah, it's free for PSN members on PlayStation 5.
It is.
The month of February, but not 4, unfortunately. But that's okay. I only got this back in July.
But if you have a PS4 and you are thinking of getting a PS5 and you have PS Plus, please put your claim in on the web app for this game. And then when your PS5 arrives, you will have Planet Coaster to play on it. And wouldn't that be cool?
There you go.
I sped up this lift. I don't like it. Now the interaction isn't quite right because I had tested the, Yeah,
that's why I would say be careful. And with that, we will say thank you very much. We'll chat to you at the end, Bub Builder.
All the best. Take care.
All right. Thanks.
All the best. And that brings us last but by no means least across to...
Oh, I can't wait.
A Sirius Cow King. So, hello there, Sirius Cow King, and welcome to your halfway interview, nearly 3/4 of the way through the build.
Moo.
Oh, Moo, who's that?
That
it's
will be a Liam.
How are we doing?
Oh, hey. Doing
Was
good.
not expecting me at all.
No, I got the kind of surprised there. We're doing good. I'm now setting the sequences to make sure that these special effects are at the right spot. I'm almost done with the ride, which means I may have time for the second one. I'm not sure yet because I still need to decorate
hang on,
Hold on,
a
a
second
second
ride. You got that in stereo. Yeah. What's going on there? And hang on, is this all upside down?
Yes, that is. That look.
That's-
Oh wow.
That is
Okay.
completely upside down.
What? What is going on?
Well,
Mhm.
I did say that it was Cthulhu, and Cthulhu is the god of chaos. Not necessarily destruction and death and everything, mostly chaos. So that's why.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely chaos.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that the reason for the selection of coaster type as well? Because this coaster type can be quite chaotic in creation.
Actually, the reason for that coaster is because of the chain lift, and because you can also have boosters throughout the ride as well.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
interesting.
Which was needed for the effect, getting through the rooms at the right speed, basically.
Yeah.
I
So
noticed there's no. Sorry, Lando, you go ahead.
no, go on.
I
You
was
were
about to
further
say, I just noticed there was there's no scenery currently around the station. Are we going to be
Yeah.
seeing any of that done?
Yes. Well, that's. I believe I'm done with the actual ride itself and triggering and everything. So now this is what I was going to focus on. It's the outside scenery.
Okay,
Ooh,
nice.
very nice. So yeah, I mean, I'll kind of jump in and ask about sort of how many dry runs you've had of this. Is this your first attempt at this, or have you had a few dry runs? Because this does look very polished.
So here's the way I do things. I sort of just wing it.
Okay.
So you-
Absolutely a legitimate tactic and highly, highly encouraged by me.
So you don't plan your coasters, you build them as you go, is what you're
Well,
saying.
I was gonna say, actually, so everything is planned, obviously, in advance, but I don't practice in advance. So this
Okay.
is my first
Yeah.
actual attempt. The only reason why I plan everything else is for color schemes and things like that. But
Right.
Interesting, yeah, of course.
Okay.
So,
Do you think you're going to finish on time?
this ride, absolutely. If I have enough time, if I can make the second ride, that one I'm not sure.
Did we cover what the second ride was? I can't. My mind's gone blank. Did we cover that already?
No, we did not.
Okay.
By the way,
so
30 minutes.
30
30 minutes left.
Goodness gracious. Would
Well,
you share what the second ride would potentially be?
Yes. In case I can't build it, so basically this is, the Temple of Cthulhu, where you can meet the actual physical reincarnation of Cthulhu. But there's also the whole story, which if I have time, I'm gonna do it. I might just make a statue for it. Basically, it would be the Shrine of the Oracle.
Okay.
Basically, what happens was Cthulhu was introduced into the world because of the Oracle, that she got a vision, and the whole thing. Yeah. Not gonna go into too much detail now, but yeah, basically it's sort of very contrasting, because this is chaotic, there's fire, everything, but the Shrine of the Oracle is a statue, some beautiful lights, beautiful plants. It's kind of like beautiful garden paradise.
Oh, so we're going to be seeing some nice lighting work going on here then, potentially.
That is something that I'd be looking out for. I was thinking some nice
bit
gardening.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a nice garden to play with? Well, do you know what? I think what we should do is not probe any more into details there necessarily,
definitely.
but ask some reasonably standard questions like, now that you have taken part before, but how are you enjoying this build as compared to ones that you've done before, and would you come back again at some point?
I would definitely come back again. Oh, that's not the right color. Which? Hold on.
Always like to hear that.
Yeah, and I always like to hear an "oh, hold on," because that's when you know
There we go.
that's when you know someone's
Okay.
stretching slightly. Yeah, you gotta let me have that sadistic sense of fun sometimes. Do you ever get the feeling when you're hosting this that do you ever get the Taskmaster feeling?
I guess, huh?
Yeah. If anyone's seen the TV show Taskmaster, just think I'm starting to feel like a bit like Greg Davies at the moment. We do have a question in chat. Actually, I think we'll answer that after this. Okay. Oh, Liam's already answered it.
I've already answered, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to get back involved in this. Seriously, like. Oof.
But you're a reigning champion. You've got an invite.
But my
You are one of
palms
the
are
reigning
sweating just
champions.
watching. Seriously, it's just.
Yeah. So I suppose before we let you Sirius go, have you got any more questions for Sirius other than can you give us another moo, please? Because moos are fantastic.
Moo.
Oh, lovely jubbly. That's what we like to hear.
That is
Always.
majestic.
Always.
The majestic moo.
Yes.
Well,
Right,
in that case, all the best. Good luck for the remaining time.
Now, good
Yeah,
luck for the
God
remaining 26.5 minutes.
Perfect.
Well, I wasn't going to be cruel to give him the time, but you know.
Oh, I always
No,
am.
But that's good because I wanted to make sure that my timer was correct, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
in
I
that
always
case,
like to
I'll
give the
take that
time
back.
Right, yo. Right, we'll see you in a bit then, Sirius. And then, now, we can have a chat between ourselves, folks. So, what are we thinking here? I mean,
I
chat,
quit.
you're voting on this.
Actually, I don't quit because I don't need to vote. I'm refusing to vote. I probably could vote, but I refuse.
No, I think you should vote as well. I don't want you to give out who your vote would go to.
Oh, I'm
right
not
now.
going to give out because I won't even know until the end. In all honesty, because there's too much going on with everyone. So.
Do you know? I won't either.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's crazy, folks. This is. So
Yeah.
let's sort of address chat a little bit. Minx is claiming that we've scared a participant, or well, scared hosts, and that's a bingo card redemption. Yeah, two right. I think we acted surprised enough there, knowing that we know that one other participant has done two. Hi there, Rally. By the way, sorry, I haven't managed to say hello to folks because we've been chatting to a lot of people. Aaron's liking what Sirius has done with his coaster. Been wanting to do that for a while. Liam, would you take part again? So yeah, when are you coming back and doing a build, Liam?
Oh, a build. Well, you see, that wasn't part of the question.
Yeah. When it, well,
That wasn't very
that's
specific. You see.
That's the question I'm asking you now. When are you coming back?
To be honest, I have no idea. I've only just, the last time I played Planet Coaster was probably a month ago, and since then I've been very busy with work. However, in the last couple of weeks, well, probably a week or two, I've been getting back on Planet Zoo just to get a feel for the whole theming side of things, which will give me the itch back to Planet Coaster.
Is this the time that we should be announcing Planet Zoo in a snap then? Because that's been on the boilerplate that's been on the back burner for a long time.
It doesn't mean I might take. I'm so scared because there are so many great builders out there. It's just like thing is, what I do is I take forever to build a garden, for goodness sake, let alone a zoo.
Yeah. I mean,
would be fascinating.
Minxie Rose in chat is trying to stir something. She suggested that you should give Poet a good glove slap and have a 1v1.
Oh.
And I wholeheartedly agree. You should do that because, of course, as I announced before, chat, the 1v1s are coming back. DM me directly if you want a 1v1 with someone, and we will schedule it. And as an added bonus, they will be only an hour. Yeah, I'm not giving you 2 full hours. You're only getting 1 for that.
Okay, well,
and all of us are going to be in the same Discord call all the time. so you can do a bit of trash talking while you're at it.
Okay, well,
Aaron's dreaming right now. Aaron is absolutely dreaming. Because if you think I haven't tried to get Minxie to take part, you're going to think, I absolutely have.
I might actually be up for that, to be fair, with Poet.
Yeah.
In 1 hour and all of us in Discord at the same time.
Yeah.
Could be quite fun, actually. No matter how poor I'd do.
Well, to be fair, both of you are known for taking an hour to build a swing set. It just is. It's just true.
I mean, Poet's got a lot more hours on me, especially as she's spent all her time on Planet Coaster. If it's not DayZ, it's Planet Coaster lately.
That is true.
And,
Right, so
but anyway,
we have 4 participants that we've been dutifully ignoring,
do.
and we should dutifully unignore them.
can I just say, I'm actually happy
Yeah.
to see Board Builder starting to build something up around his entrance area for the shops and everything.
And do you know what? As simple as that may look, with those little gable ends on the roofs, that looks absolutely spectacular.
Oh yeah, it works.
I think going for the slightly simpler approach here is really going to pay dividends.
Oh, definitely.
Because
and it helps time-wise too.
Yeah,
so...
it helps time-wise, but the realism there of building up what, we always talk about the guest eye line, and if you look at the guest eye line from there, those buildings do the perfect job of hiding bits of those coasters.
Yeah. And I like how it's taken the time to select the colouring as well of the bricks.
Yes.
You've got not a lot of time left, but it's still determined to get that colouring correct. I like that.
I think that's really quite important as well. I think he's going for a very specific look there.
Definitely.
We've just been called out in chat as potentially having a exhibition match. Nobody wants to see me try and build in this. Nobody wants to see me
How
in
about
this.
we can do a Planko and a Cities?
What, so you get to laugh at me twice?
Oh, well, I'm poor at Cities, so...
So am I. I haven't played for... I think the last time I played Cities properly was when I took part. And it was still called Cities in a Snap.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's been a good 12 months.
Well, try longer than that for me. But anywho, we're going off topic again.
Yeah, we are, aren't we? So, calling out Board Builder's station, and that brickwork, those pieces are lovely. And he's not just using them basic, he's really, really thinking about them, like sort of putting windowed areas in. And even, something that's very rarely talked about, but look at that path design, look at how they're crossing over each other. And just walling those off as well.
It just blends in very nicely with each other, for sure.
It really does. And so many people don't realise just how much of an effect your path design can have. Making it look like it's a built-up thing rather than just on stilts with those walls. Using those walls as hand railings. It's really, really just little things that are so important.
I'm also seeing how ridiculous Death is.
I wanted to comment on that.
I mean, what on earth is going on here? I'm giving up playing the game.
Banshee and a waterfall. He's got running water.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, he has taken inspiration from Nemesis there, and he's doing it absolute justice. 100%. Because that is a very Nemesis trick. Of a drop over, what should be blood. But yeah, that is really, really big.
Hashtag bring the blood water back.
Yeah. Hopefully with the retrack. So,
yes.
yeah. But what Death Fears None's doing with all the walls and really creating a very lush, dense,
fantastic.
Lovely area. Let's zoom in slightly on that. Just to see just how lush and that coaster just swooping round.
And I also just say how very little panicky it looks with all this placing. It still looks like they're taking the time to get the pieces as precise as possible. There's no
Yeah.
note of panic in this placement, which I don't know if they find that they're quite far ahead. They've not got much left to do, or maybe they've just forgotten about the time. Who knows?
I don't know, but do you know, I like it. I like the calmness. I like how he's not whipping the camera around either. You know, obviously got a plan.
Yes.
And that is, you can tell when someone's, you know, in these last short while is a bit struggling, is they start whipping the camera around everywhere. That's a surefire.
In the top corner, you can see, just in the top left corner, you can see he's put wooden beams as well across it to give the hint of like a head chopper, even though it's an inverted, obviously. But or that could be a hint of a support. Yes.
Yeah.
I like
that
as well.
That looks like a custom support to me. Yeah, Minxie Rose is saying that Death Fears None always has a plan. Aaron is sharing controversial opinions on Nemesis. Yeah, that's fine. If you're not a fan of it, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. I think it's my favourite coaster, Tilton Towers.
I would have to agree with you, to be honest. Nemesis has, to me, and always will have that legendary status to me.
Yeah,
that is why they're
special.
retracking it. So, but anyway.
Yeah. So let's sort of go away from Death Fears None. We haven't sort of focused in on Cockwaddle for a short while.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I know that
is going on here.
I know that your knowledge of Dark Souls is not amazingly huge.
Yes.
But I mean, that bit that's Ash Lake. Okay, I was told that it was going to be Ash Lake, and there's the Hydra boss from Ash Lake. So I have to say, even if I hadn't been told what he was doing, the first thing I'd have gone is I'd go, you know, Cockwaddle, are you doing Ash Lake? Are you doing Dark Souls? So yeah, and that portal that he's just done, you know, the shock and the water, the electricity,
this guy
really
is. If he talks down any of this, thankfully I meet him regularly, so I can tell him what for, because this is quite a feat, to be honest.
This is a heck of a feat. And what do you think? You know, using I expected to see a hypercoaster in this, because as Board says, they're not that difficult to build well necessarily. But we've seen an invert off Death Fears None, and we've seen a wing coaster off Cockwaddle.
I've got to say, winged is my next favourite type of coaster, so I'm actually quite pleased to see that.
No, I love it. I love wing coasters. I love inverts. I think they're fantastic, but they're not easy to build. You know, you could have built a wooden out and back.
See, this is where he's downplaying his ability in this game, then, isn't he? If he's saying he's not good at building coasters, but then he chooses one that's not the easiest of coasters to build, especially in the time frame.
Yeah, he's picked a coaster that's not easy to build, that is in an environment that's not easy to build in, with triggered effects which are never easy to add. You know, I'm not saying he's made life difficult for himself, but he certainly ain't made it easy.
It's madness. That's what I'd call it.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely
seeing
agree.
madness on this. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, no, this is a fun competition. Madness that's just excellent. And you know,
it is mythology, so
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a Hydra involved. And that sort of it's not filing call to that area. It's called, I wish I knew. It's Cemetery of the First Ash or something like that. I think that might be the Dark Souls 3 name, but essentially that final boss area, that is spookily accurate.
Well, he's definitely done his homework.
Oh, he's played Dark Souls more times than we've had at dinners, I suspect. Like,
without a doubt.
He really has.
I think I recall him playing some actually, so I didn't know that he was this accurate in getting things that close to how it is.
No,
so that's pretty incredible.
That is disgustingly accurate. And shall we go? I'm seeing signs on Sirius's screen, so we've got to have a look at it.
Yes, let's have a
Talking
look.
about madness and embracing madness.
It's as if I knew.
Exactly. I mean, we have to, don't we?
Yeah.
That that theming again. He's sort of talking down his theming, but there's a fully custom sign.
I really dig that sign. It's a really cool
You
sign.
know, really cleverly done. Killing of the First Flame. Sorry, Mikey. I knew Mikey would say yes. Of course, it's Killing of the First Flame, the area that Cotwaddle's work was doing, not Cemetery of the First Ash or whatever. That is Dark Souls 3. Thank you, Mikey, for the correction there. But yeah, we've got Sirius here again doing the night view thing, and really sort of going into. There's almost a Wicker Man element to this as well, I would say.
I have not been. Don't hate me, but I've seen it. I've not been to Alton Towers since probably 13 was built. I haven't even been on 13. So before 13 was built was the last time I went to Alton Towers.
I can't hate you for that.
So I have seen it on videos and everything, and I would have to agree that the sign has a very much got a Wicker Man-esque feel about it. It must be the lanterns.
I have been to Alton Towers since 13, and you know I only live half an hour away.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Wicker Man in real life.
What's going on with you? You've got to get there.
Nah, I'll go when I go. Yeah, seriously.
Oh, what's he putting on here?
I will tell you that I haven't been to Alton Towers since I went to Disneyland about 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I don't live too far away from Fort Park, and I haven't been there in a long time, so...
What?
Did you see what he's just put in that sign just there? Abandon all hope.
Yes. Yeah, he's definitely going for the humour on that as well, isn't he?
Yes.
But, you know, I mean, Cthulhu, again, that figures, that fits, and it fits so well.
I mean, it's interesting that he's gone for lanterns as opposed to sticking some maybe pyro effects on top as well. If we're talking madness, if we're talking the type of mythology that they're going for.
But would you? I mean, you know, is that a nod towards realism? You know, would you have that many flame effects, or would you do it with electric lanterns?
This is the thing, actually. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm probably coming from a field of if I had the time.
Yeah,
to think things through.
And I mean, again, we don't have time. I mean, they've now got literally 10 minutes left. So we are now in that final 10 minutes. So we're hoping that everyone's sort of clearing up, tidying up, doing the last few bits that they need to do.
Let's see if anyone starts rushing a lot as well. If anyone's panicking.
I'm waiting for it. I am very much expecting it. Right, while we're waiting for that, let me talk through an idea with you, because we haven't had a chance to, and I want to talk this one through. What do you think, and chat, you absolutely, I want you to weigh in on this. What do you think of the idea that, like, half an hour before the event, I set some challenges to the participants? Now, they're going to be kind of set challenges in that we're going to have a list that we pull from. But what about I set some set challenges, like if you can get, let's say, 2 roller coasters in the park, you get given a 25% or a 10% or a 15% boost to your votes. Or if you can get, let's say, whoever's got the maximum population in their park gets an additional boost to their votes. What do you think to that as a way of sort of spicing it up and kind of making it so that everything can't be planned?
That would definitely spice things up. I mean, I would say certainly things like excitement ratings could be a thing as well.
Do you know, I don't want to do it on the coaster ratings. Okay. And the reason is the coaster ratings are let's say not realistic.
Actually, they are poor.
They are
Yeah,
poor.
you are right. They are poor.
They are, I would really not want to see that. I think that's a bit far. But, maybe a nod towards, what about staff
Guest
happiness?
numbers or anything? Yeah,
Guest numbers I like.
Staff happiness could be a thing. But then
park
again,
rating.
with staff happiness, because it's on Sandbox, that's not necessarily a very difficult thing to give. So it might be better to go towards guest more than anything.
It's not difficult, but it is something to think about. I mean, what I don't want to do is make these hugely difficult. Just inconvenient, let's say.
Yeah.
Let's go the Taskmaster route about this. Nothing's going to be difficult per se, but it could be awkward.
Having the game playing continuously, so you can never pause it. Therefore, to do with pickpocketers, for example, thinking about security. Maybe.
Maybe. I think we've got to allow pausing, but that would risk guest numbers. So we've got a couple of people in chat saying that it sounds cool and it could work. We've got one in chat saying that they're not a fan. If that one, I don't know, I can't easily get DMs on the Twitch account. If you want to DM me on Discord, though, and tell me, or say in chat why you are or why you're not a fan of it, please do. Again, if you want to do it and just tell me privately, that's fine. Or if you want to stick it in the chat or on the Discord. But we are thinking that it would be cool. Hang on, let me give a bit of a backstory on this kind of idea. Oh, Cotwaddle's definitely getting het up now. You can see,
you just see the hands swinging, and you're like,
yeah,
oh god.
There we are. That's the Vimto. In Cities in a Snap, in City Skylines, we only tell the players what map they're working on, like half an hour before the event, so they can't dry run the whole build because they don't know what map they're going to get. Now, in Planet Coaster, you only have one map in the base game. So we can't really do that. Now, we could dictate biomes. We could say, by the way, this time you're running on such and such a biome. I mean, that precludes use of the scenario editor, but it's doable. But other than that, there's not much we can do to stop people rebuilding exactly what they've done in a dry run. And that isn't against the rules, but it feels a little cheap.
Have we not done, for Planko and a Snap, finding an actual, not scenario, but just map that's been created in the workshop?
We've done that, I think, once or twice at most. I think we've had one built for us as well. But that precludes console players. Yeah,
that
means console players can't take part in that one.
That is true.
Whereas with biomes, we can do it. By the way, we're down to 5 minutes, folks.
Goodness gracious.
So the person who doesn't think that this is a good idea, thinks that chat poll is the way to go and not challenges affecting the result of who wins, I can see that. I mean, that's what I said at one point as well, was go pure chat vote, which was why, because I don't know if you were there before, when it was the previous, when it was, before it was chat vote only. There was the whole points-based rubric system. That we kind of went, nah, chat needs more say in this. And I don't want to bring that system back because I don't think that one was. I don't know. It was not my favourite thing, and I'm not saying anything behind anyone's back that I haven't said to their face.
What if we just did this without it affecting the percentage rate of someone's vote? So it was just a little addition that they just needed to do. Like, for example, today they've had to put a coaster in.
So actually put requirements in?
Yes.
Ooh, so they don't get a choice of whether to go for the bonuses. They have to get them. It doesn't affect the result or anything, but it's again, like you said, it's things for them to think about. So essentially, you know, I mean, the challenges would have to be very narrow. Like, I'll say that a coaster requirement has to be known way in advance.
Yeah.
But say I want you in the showcase, you need to show me a themed up loo block, for instance.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
It's something that you can spring on someone half an hour before.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because
they've already got the plan, so they can kind of blend it.
They can get that in. Yeah, because it'll tip them just off their game slightly.
Yeah.
But it'll still... I'm sorry, I'm zooming in on that. That's fantastic!
I told you that there was some crazy signage going on.
Yeah! No, I mean, Deathfear's None specifically asked, can I use billboards? And I'm like, yeah, you can. And now I'm so glad about that. That is fantastic. Anyway, folks...
That lighting's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Gracious.
I mean, all of them are great. And we are only 2 minutes out, just over. So we've got 1 or 2 in chat saying fun challenges are a good idea, nothing to stress the builders. But yeah, just something to make it funny, if you like. Something to tip them a little bit.
Yeah, I'd definitely be up for that.
We've had 1 or 2 people saying that the challenges would make them... Well, we've had 1 person say the challenges would make them even less likely to take part. Doesn't like the idea of the challenges, but does like the biome being sprung on people. Now, I think their biome being sprung on you could just be one of the random challenges. Like, this week you are going to have to build on the Arctic biome. Or this week you have to build on the whatever biome. The desert biome. I think that could be integrated. Folks, what I'm going to do for the first time in a while is I'm going to hang around after this whole event in the general channel for a short while on Discord, the voice channel. Come and tell me your thoughts. But now, let's focus back on the participants with 1 minute and 9 seconds left. Deathfear's None having a ride. Oh, have you seen that lighting on that Banshee coaster?
It's just
That's,
ridiculous.
yeah. You've got Cockwaddle decorating up Ash Lake to absolute perfection. You've got Sirius Cow King. I don't think he got that set and dried in, but he's doing certainly a very geisha-style statue from what I can see.
Absolutely.
And we've got Board Builder with, you know, a reasonably not hugely complex sort of scenery thing, but 2 roller coasters fully built. I mean, how do you do that in 2 hours? How do you build? I mean, I thought building 1 in 2 hours was... I was asking a lot of people.
Let's also remember this is on console as well.
Yeah, we must. On console. 2 coasters, beautiful buildings, just, you know, not necessarily huge amounts of theming, but very, very well done theming. And just Fernie Dad, I think that is. Fernie Dad, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, but major thank you to Liam for, you know, helping me host, and we're going to call it there. That is a stop. Many thank yous. Yeah, that's it. That is it, folks. So no, major props. Well done to our builders. Well done to, thank you very much to the moderation team. Thank you very much to all the staff that have been behind this. Major thank you to you, Liam, for saving my voice and making this, making it possible for me to actually do the whole thing with you.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
Oh, you will be taken up on that a lot. You must be aware. You must be aware of this.
That's fine. I enjoyed it.
Right. Well, what we're going to do is I'll probably let you go so that you can enjoy the showcases, and we will be right back in about 5 minutes because I need to make another mug of coffee because we've got to see these showcases.
Waffy, go for it.
What a build!
It's been fantastic.
Oh, it's been absolutely sublime. So with that, I'm going to say a huge thank you again, Liam.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
You are more than welcome. And with that, I think we'll go on a break and we'll say showcases are going to start in about 5 minutes.
See you later.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Welcome back to this evening's Planet Coaster and Snap Mythology edition. So yeah, I mean, we've got 4 fantastic builds. Now, what I might do is just do a quick refresh on them all. Yeah, I absolutely will do that. So please bear with, because this is always an issue and this could take a short while and go horribly wrong, potentially. Because it is the bit that does that. Thank you very much, Liam. So while we're sort of doing these refreshes, because I'm going to do all 4, what do you think to how the stream's gone tonight? What do you think to the competition tonight? Hi there, Sino. How you doing? Welcome on in. First time here, Sino. Well. You are in for a treat. Because I think, you know, this is incredible. Goodness gracious is how you think it's gone, Liam. I would absolutely agree with that. Goodness gracious indeed. And yeah, I mean, even it's gone out of sync now as well. Yay! Even the thing I was kind of working off that multi-stream has. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to start those showcases, don't we? So, as a brief reminder, everyone gets 5 minutes on their clock. They get to showcase their park. Please ask as many questions as you can. Next theme. Yes, we must announce the next theme. So, folks, the March edition of Planet Coaster and a Snap, Steampunk. The date is yet to be decided, but the March edition will be Steampunk. Yeah, there's been some beyond next level work. I agree. First time watching Wolf. Well, thank you for having the blast. Is Cockwaddle trying to pander to the chat? Do we think? Is Cockwaddle trying to do a thing? Hi there, Svi. Welcome on in. How you doing? And OMG Steampunk. Well, Svi, let me tell you, if you can get in for that. You know, everyone, please register for Steampunk. Just telling the truth. Hang on, who's Mikey talking to now? We'll work it out. That is definitely a Sphere, isn't it? Sirius forgot to put the music on his ride. I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, without further ado, let's go and have a quick butcher's at Ethan's park at Death Fears None. Ethan, Death Fears None's park. Let's go and say hello. Hello there, Death Fears None. How are you doing?
Hello.
How are you doing? How did you find it?
Nerve-wracking, but then I just relaxed and laid down and was like, okay, let's go.
So, I mean, would you come back and do it again now that you've?
Oh, most definitely, yes.
Oh, that's great. That is great news. Thank you very much. And with that, is yours a little bit choppy on your end, or am I grabbing the stream a bit dodgily?
I'm showing about 50 FPS.
Yeah, I need to. Can you just give me a second then, because I want to make sure that we're grabbing it well. I'm just going to refresh your stream over at my side. Just because I want to show everyone in the best light, obviously. Because otherwise it would not be a good move. So we've got that refresh done. Oh, that looks much smoother to me. So without further ado, I think we should start your 5-minute clock and ask you to give us a tour of your park.
Well, welcome on in. I will be your host tonight. A long time ago, a woman named Trissy was waiting for her mate to come back, going to the cliffs every night. His name was... it doesn't matter what his name was. He was a war chief, and that's all that really matters. Days turned into months, months turned into years. He never showed. Stricken with grief, he jumped off that cliff. Not finding any salvation, as now she is cursed to walk the land, screaming at anyone who looks upon her face. Now sit down tight and enjoy your ride on the Banshee.
So, I mean, wow. Would you like to talk us through this ride on Banshee?
There's a scream.
There's a screen. And a quick thank you very much for that raid, Quandor. So
Now it wouldn't be a death ride without some lovely water underneath. That is like a specialty of mine. I
of
love doing it.
course. And I'm sorry, water
But,
underneath an invert. It is the rules.
Why not? Got time for a night ride?
Oh yeah, you've got loads of time. So we're gonna ride
So
at
this-
night now.
This build was semi-inspired by Banshee at King's Island, just taking a name for namesake. I took the drop and the first element, but after that it was just all customer. Wanted to pay homage to obviously the Banshee that I knew. So you got some blues and some purples that mix it up really well. I wasn't sure if I was going to get the rock work done, but I'm glad that I got some of the walls and stuff in there.
Yeah, I saw sort of from the start. Ooh, foot chopper.
Yep.
Definite foot chopper.
It does clear. It does clear. That was the first
Yeah?
thing I tested.
No, I absolutely believe that. So, I mean, you've shown us the night views. You've got about just over 2 minutes. Do you want to talk us through some of the theming, some of the things that you wanted to do?
Yeah. So I really wanted to incorporate like ripped kind of cemetery like walls in the build and try to make it have that eerie feeling, but could still be realistically go into a real theme park. So it's like not Disney level of theming, but more I would say like a Merlin would try to do, or like,
Yeah.
definitely like Alton Towers. If well, they don't need that invert, but
Yeah, this is true.
Definitely.
They have one.
yeah, this is definitely something that a real park could add into, so they could actually afford it, not overly done.
Yeah.
Wish I
I
could have
see
got a
that.
little bit more done down there, but
And there's some theming around the queue line as well.
Well, in case you guys missed it earlier, I did add a waterfall.
Yes. Oh, we didn't. I can absolutely assure you that was not something that we missed. That was something that we really, really did kind of notice very closely. And, appropriate oohing and ahhing was done.
It's one of those things
by
where
both of us.
I love doing on a bigger scale, but with this,
Yeah.
time constraints, do it quite
Yeah.
often. And it just looks so much better than using the in-game waterfalls. Those are good for some things, but in this case, it just
Yeah.
looks perfect.
We have one question in chat, which was, wait, what? How did he do the river? So, can you give us a quick walkthrough? If you go a little over time, it's fine. Quick walkthrough on what you did.
Easy. Rolling rapids.
Oh, it's a rapid ride.
Yep.
And then, I guess there's
You
no
stick it in your
station or
ground,
anything
you
to
cover
it.
up the sides, and then it looks like flowing water.
I
That's the
never
same thing.
thought of that! Hands up in chat if you never thought of doing that, because that's incredible. You've got me. I think there's a lot
It
of
saves
chat.
you loads of time.
Yeah,
Saved
that
so much time, and it looks so much better.
That is how can you start claiming to be not that great and then you come out with something like that and stun us all? You've been hustling us. You've been hustling us. I was warned about your hustling, but I didn't think it was that strong a hustle.
Oh, you should see my Kena Park. It takes
does.
this concept to the next level.
I will be watching. I will make sure that I'm watching very much so, and I do hope that everyone else does. That is incredible. Right, well, unfortunately, time has kind of expired, so thank you very much for that showcase. Please feel
Thank
free
you.
to... your park will still be up on screen all the time anyway, so feel free to play about with it and show more as and when you wish. But that's all we have time for the showcase. So
Thank you very much.
thank you very much as well. So that was Death Fears None with... sorry, I had to know how he did that, because that was just crazy. And what a genius solution. And now we're going to go and chat with my friend and yours, the goodest of the good nice, or hope so. He may not be. You never know. Hi, Cockwaddle.
Oh, look who it is.
Saying that like you didn't expect it. Of course you did.
I'm a showman.
So, of course you are. As am I, but I'm a showman that likes calling people out because it's fun. You know what I'm like. So, before we start the showcase, obviously the obvious questions. How did you find taking part this evening? And would you do it again?
Well, okay, yeah, good follow-up question. I pushed it to the next level on this one. In terms of my work rate, because on the first one I went hell for leather, and then on the second I got overconfident, and I think I kind of slacked it. Whereas this one I was like, no, come on, third time lucky. Let's do this. So I went at a pretty astonishing rate, and I had to carve out huge bits of scenery. Oh my god, I'm being gifted subs. Hang on. Thank you so much, Ethan. I had a hell of a lot of fun. But when I got to the end of that, my arms and chest were aching from tensing up. So it was hardcore. Would I do it again? Ask me again in a month's time when I've cooled down.
Yeah, we might give you a bit more than a month. We might give you some time off before we do it again to you. Unless you win, in which case you're coming back next month.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, let's stick 5 minutes on your clock, and please feel free to give us a showcase.
Thank you very much. Right, so I took the interpretation of mythology rather loosely, and instead of going for the Greek or Roman or Nordic theme or whatever, I decided to delve into the Dark Souls lore and use one of the most sort of mythological places in the whole game, which is Ash Lake, which is an underground world of tree roots that is like the basis of the world. It's a place where time has stood still. And it is essentially a big, still, silent lake that is in a permanent blue twilight. And to get that effect, we put the entire park underwater. It's actually in a giant basin. You're not meant to see it like that, but that's what it looks like. And it is as the guests walk through, they will go along these sort of sandy shores. This is the Great Hollow. Any Dark Souls fans will know that that's where the guests come from. They will spawn out of the root of a big tree with these horrible basilisk boys watching over them as they come out. And they will walk along these shores amongst these skulls of ancient fallen gods and dragons and all the rest of it. And they will come to our park's only ride. I've decided to only go with one ride in this one. I kept it simple, and I thought let's just really excel at one thing rather than casting too wide a net. And so it's called Everlasting, and it is based on the Everlasting Dragon, which is the one dragon that survived the sort of primordial conflict of the universe. Thank you very much for the follow. And he sits right here. I did my best to replicate him from the game. He's got his 2 sets of wings and giant horns that stick out the side. And he sits waiting in his eternal twilight, accompanied only by a nasty hydra just under the water. As I say, I just have one coaster, and I will do a POV of it. I will say right now that the coaster itself has a bit of a twist. If you've played Dark Souls, you know that it plays quite heavily with the concepts of interwoven timelines, be they temporal and physical, and so our coaster has a whirlpool through which you will travel to the Kiln of the First Flame, which is like a super, again, primordial part of the Dark Souls story. So it travels back in time as well as in space. And I guess without further ado, let me stick you on Everlasting.
We are getting questions in chat about how did you get the whole thing underwater, and then how did you put water under the water?
All I'll say to that is, try it. It's surprisingly easy. It just lets you do it. You can just put water under the water. The game apparently has no issue with this. Oh, it's because the guests are getting off. Hang on. I would like this to go, so we can... Yeah, there we go.
Just thinking Cockwaddle actually taking care of guests.
Yeah, very unlike me. We have a rather unsavoury motto we like to say about the guests, which I won't repeat here, but we don't normally take care of them at all. But in this case, I thought, if we're making a park, I'll do it right. You know, I'll make a park a park.
I think the motto can be boiled down to forget the guests.
Yes!
I think that's
perfect.
That's the family-friendly way of doing it.
Good compromise. Good compromise. There's our Hydra friend. And after this lovely little top hat, it goes into our whirlpool, our little, wormhole, more like.
Yeah, I mean, there's lighting there.
Indeed. That always means you're going through time.
Of course. And I see the fire is thoroughly linked.
Indeed, indeed. It has been in this case. Despite me saying earlier that's not what I like to do, but yeah.
It is what it is.
And that takes us back to the station. I wish I could say that I got all green stats on this. I didn't get to check where it was that I had to sacrifice some realistic G-force, but it was mostly fine until the end. I think it must have been something towards the end that got us over the recommended Gs. But
green stats, like, you know. You could.
Yeah.
Even the realistic coaster builders go, no, I don't care about green stats. I want it to look good and be realistic. And the games, I think there's a universal agreement that the game's ratings are a little jank or incredibly jank.
Yes. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So we'll take that all the way. I think we'll just say, yeah, we actually did a perfect coaster, and there's nothing the game can do about it.
Yeah. Apparently, the water trick is a leftover bug from the alpha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I found it. It was entirely by accident, but
yeah.
But while I'm up here, if I could just say a huge thanks to Relimitep, a really good friend Relimitep, who helped me with a lot of ideas and execution and stuff. We had a good brainstorm about making Ash Lake, and he helped me out a huge amount. So big thanks to Relimitep.
Time's up, but given that I've got one question that is a burning one in my mind. If I were going to do Dark Souls and Mythology, my first thought would be to try and do the City of the Gods. Why Ash Lake?
Why Ash Lake? Well, so
you're talking about most people have never been there.
Very true, very true. But
I found it by accident.
Well, sure, but Londo, that's exactly why it's a myth. Don't you see? Is it real or is it not? Is it just a dream?
It depends how many imaginary walls you hit with your sword, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
I think I managed to say that without saying any spoilers on how you get there.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think you got away with that
one. I think I got away with that one. Yeah, right. And with that, what I have to say is thank you very much. You're getting a heaping load of praise in chat. And, I mean, you know, you've got people in chat who I'm not going to name, but big roller coaster builders saying, yeah, the game punishes you for building a realistic coaster, so yeah.
That's true.
So anyway, I thought you might as well. So thank you very much, Cockwaddle. We'll be back with you shortly.
Thank you very much, Londo.
Thank you. Oh wow. Well, folks, let's move swiftly on to the wonderful our console genius on the 8th gen consoles, Board Builder. Hello, Board Builder. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How is everyone doing over on that side of things?
I think everyone is incredibly hyped. So, I think before we sort of go on with the tour, how have you enjoyed building tonight?
It was okay. There were parts of it where I kind of almost forgot that I was doing this, and I don't know if that made me slow down or speed up or what, but there were parts of it where I was like, oh yeah, that's right, you're in a competition right now, you know, do things.
Well, that just sounds like you were nice and relaxed.
Yeah, and then there were other times where I started to fumble and just, I gotta do this and I don't have time and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so a little back and forth, but, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is. Would you, if it was like this again, would you take part again?
Yeah, probably.
Excellent.
Most likely, yeah.
That is great news. So, we'd better give you 5 minutes on your clock to do a showcase, but can I just... Again, I know I've been labouring the point, chat, but 2 hours, console, 2 roller coasters. Just, how's that possible? How?
I only have 3 places. I only have that for shops. That's part of it.
Right, well, let's give you your 5 minutes on the clock starting, let's say about now.
About now. All right. So I went with the story. I would hope that a lot of us had at least heard of. It's the classic bringing a gun to a knife fight. So I did David and Goliath. Goliath being your normal, oh, what? It's a B&M hyper. It's named Goliath. Yeah, that's pretty par for the course. The other one being a floorless looper with a slingshot shaped tire launch. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to plan or prep or anything, so that's why like their interactivity isn't as high as I'd like it to be. But we're gonna have to give them both a ride anyway, and we might as well start here. Might as well start on Goliath.
And hang on, I mean, you say the interactivity isn't quite as high as you'd like it to be. That's 2 roller coasters interacting with each other. That's 2 roller coasters interacting with each other in 2 hours. Let's bring this sort of back down to brass tacks here.
Okay. I guess within the constraints, I guess I shouldn't be as picky.
Yeah, very much not.
I only started messing with the idea of a dueling coaster Thursday, because I was only brought on board with this Wednesday, or somewhere, something like that.
And I mean, again, wow, that was some interactivity. That was
that loop
beautiful.
That you would not get away with in real life, because
I don't care whether you get away with that in real life. I don't care whether you get away with that in real life. And how smooth is this coaster as well? Like, I'm sorry.
It's a B&M, and it better be.
Yeah, but I mean, I've played this game, and making smooth coasters is not a walk in the park. God, give yourself some credit here. Like, play the game.
I forgot to mention it to you. Did you know that the console version of this has full mouse and key support if you prefer that control scheme with
it has what?
This game. Yeah, plug a mouse and keys into it and you can play it. In fact, there's some things like making the HUD disappear that you need a keyboard in order to do.
I think that's just I mean, I have already bought the game on console, but that's what you're saying is, if you want to sit in your lounge, get one of them keyboard and touchpad things, or a keyboard and mouse, plug in a wireless dongle, and you can play Planet Coaster as if you were on a PC, but on your console.
Yeah, if that's the way that you really want. If you got your console at your desk and you don't want to use a controller, just plug it in, there you go.
Holy moly, Colossal Order and Paradox, are you listening to this?
It's not mod support. It's not mod. It's just
not,
mouse and keys.
No, I agree. It's not mod support, but the controller support is top class, and then you can go mouse and keys if you want as well.
Yes,
that's
this
still a heckin' improvement.
It's that close to the PC version that they're able to do that.
And did I just spot a little hint of? And again, it's B&M. I hope I spotted it. But did I spot some lovely heartline in there?
No, I don't admit.
No.
I do not admit to knowing how to do heartlining. No, if it seems heartlined, Soylent is probably very ashamed of me right now. But I have not gotten on board with that yet. I just kind of cradle by turns, I guess. I don't know.
That's heartlining. You've got
I forgot to get rid of the. Ooh.
Well.
Yeah. I had so many other things I was worried about. I brought that up and didn't push it back down.
I will relay one message, which is that Sunderland is not disappointed in you, not even remotely. which
okay,
that's high
that's good.
praise. That is high
Yes.
praise.
Yes, when
Yeah.
Soylent said it's fire, I was like,
Oh,
"Ooh, okay,
that's
I
a
like
bit.
that drop."
That was some nice interaction as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you certainly got some
Um,
in. You
So
know,
yeah,
you can't.
I don't
yeah.
think I have to explain the lore a whole lot. It's David and Goliath. We all know
It
Goliath,
is.
big lumbering dude. And David kind of catches him off guard with a slingshot and essentially,
Yeah.
yeah,
Knocks him off balance. And I'm sorry,
consider it a prototype.
dueling coasters in 2 hours, and some beautiful, beautiful buildings, a beautiful station as well.
Yeah, that.
Simple-ish but gorgeous. Yeah, no, I really
Yes.
like that look. I think that covering the stairs up and whatever, just really, really, really nice. Really, very well done, and something that I would expect to see. So, no, huge well done there. Thank you ever so much for taking part, especially at such short notice as well. And
Of course, it was
Wow.
more fun than I thought it would have been.
that is the best thing I could ever hope to hear. That is music to my ears. And yeah, dueling staircase as well. Yeah, I mean, that's just incredible.
But yeah, that's
So-
yeah. Well, line for the one wraps around, the other one kind of had to cattle shoot in order to make its length comparable,
That-
and then these crossed
yeah.
each other to come around. I don't know, it just
They
winging it.
interact. You got it. Well, I think with that, time is most definitely up. So thank you very much, and we will be back with you soon.
Yep. Oh, obligatory night shot. Nothing special. Just the food court.
Oh, I don't know. Any night shot is always special. Yeah, I mean...
I had to at least light the paths in case you asked.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
But-
And, very well lit.
Yep.
Right, well, with that, thank you very much, and we will probably move it on.
All right.
So, I think we will go and have a chat with, and I don't know what he's showing us right now, but, hello, Sirius Cow King.
A moo!
And a moo to you too. So, before we sort of start the showcase, how have you enjoyed taking part today?
Well, of course, I had a great time. I'm just sad that I kind of ran out of time for my original idea, but I'm very happy with the progress that I got today. One slight detail, I forgot to put music on the ride, so
Oh,
well.
well.
Oh well. But yeah, everything else
it's
has been
fine.
done. It's all good.
Rest assured that there is much mooing in chat.
Oh yes, of course. It's always a moo riot whenever I moo.
Oh, don't milk it now. Come on.
Oh,
I know. Because otherwise that would be utterly disgraceful. Anyway, now I've reached the depths. Shall I give you 5 minutes to showcase your wonderful park?
yes, I'll put my timer on my phone so I don't forget like last time
Okay.
and run out of time.
And time starts, let's say now.
All hail the great Cthulhu and his mountain of chaos. There's been a lot of crazy things happening in this world and lately, and turns out it's because Cthulhu has reincarnated. Yeah, that's right, Cthulhu is back. It is the ancient god of chaos, specifically chaos. And he was forgotten for about 10,000 years ago. But then there was this lady. Let's go visit the shrine of the oracle. So this lady was some sort of on a mushroom trip or something. It's not even sure, but yeah, she was pretty out of it. And she managed to access thoughts, memories that were not her own. And this gave birth to Cthulhu in our world. And to thank her, of course, Cthulhu turned her to stone. So she is now forever dreaming. For as long as she is dreaming of Cthulhu, Cthulhu can exist in our world, causing all the chaos and driving everybody mad. Right now the game is on pause, by the way. That's not on purpose. Yeah, driving everybody mad. But at some point the madness becomes euphoric, and so let's abandon all hope and embrace the madness. Just a heads up, you know, death is not a guarantee. Just if you were hoping, it's not necessarily going to happen. But yes, let's definitely look at this ride. I'm gonna fast forward so that the ride comes back to the station. The ride doesn't have the best stats in the world, but I'm still very happy with it, so it's all good. There we go.
Stats smart, you know.
Well, you know, coming from me, having a ride with bad stats, that's just weird. Yes, I would like to remind you that if you're seeing some weird things, yes, you are going crazy. That's the whole point. Alright? There you go.
Alright, so just to clarify, we are crazy. That's fine. I mean, I already knew this.
Okay.
I already knew that I was, so
Everybody
that's
already
fine.
knows that I'm crazy, so it's all good.
It's fine. We all are. Oh dear, Rally. That was. I mean, I'll grant you it was one that we hadn't heard before, but apparently that was a backstory and a car.
Nice one.
I'll give you that one as one I hadn't heard before, but you know, still shame. So yeah, I mean, we're riding at night, and so far everything looks as normal as can be given the coaster type. Again, a lot smoother than I expected to see in a short build. Oh, hang on, this isn't normal, is it? This bit's weird. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's a thing. Ooh, fire. Ooh, more fire. And do you want to talk us through some of the building of this as we're starting to see things that are, let's say, less normal?
I'll go through it afterward. I think it's gonna be easier.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Christmas trees and a house and yeah. Okay, so we're in kind of a snowland. Oh, we were upside down for that bit. Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's pretty normal.
So before I run out of time, so yeah, this was here the snow place. The whole point is that you just went, you know, spinning, so you're not sure if it's up and down. So this basically is your only indicator, and the falling debris as well.
Yeah.
If I go back, there we go. If I go back to this room here, we have water at the top and at the bottom to create this illusion of I'm not sure what is the top, what is the bottom.
I mean,
just
to be fair,
like
I never know that anyway. I don't know which way's up or down without the water.
Awesome.
But hang on, you've got upside down water in this.
Yes, so just like Quaquaddle was explaining, you can put water on the water. The thing is, when you put water in the game, it checks for what's on the side. It does not check for what's above or below. So there you go. You have water and water.
I'm learning things tonight, and I think everyone's learning things tonight about this game. Especially about breaking this game. How crazy is it that two people have used the double water trick on the same night as well?
Right?
Like,
kind of.
what?
I didn't expect that to happen.
No, I didn't. I mean, of course I didn't. I've never seen double water done. I think with that, what we're going to have to do is say a huge thank you to you, though, Serious Cow King, I'm going to move you back to your room for a short while
I see.
for us to
I
vote.
see.
Yeah, I was getting in on that. I was getting in on that one. Right then, folks. So it's just us now. So I am gonna stick us a little vote in chat, I think. But while I'm doing that, shall we talk about the these builds, because there's something special happened tonight. I'm sure we all know that. Fears none. Apparently, I can't type and talk. Oh well. Let's see if it allows all the names as well, because I've had fun with this before. And of course that one. We're going to make this a 3-minute poll rather than the usual 5. So the poll is apparently not up. So I've got to do it like that. Right. Player 2 that I've had to censor the name is Cockwaddle, because Twitch did stupid things and says apparently you can't use the word cock in a poll, which when it's a male chicken I don't understand. So you've got like 2.5 minutes to vote, and I mean let's just kind of have a look. You've got Death Fears None with a very realistic Banshee, very highly detailed roller coaster. You've got Cockwaddle with Ash Lake and the Kiln of the First Flame, and an incredible wing coaster to go along with it. You've got Board Builder who did what? Hang on, 2 roller coasters in 2 hours, and they were both incredibly smooth and well heart-lined, and interacted with each other and really nicely themed. It might have been a minimal theming, but that is still well themed. And then you've got Sirius Cow King with Cthulhu. And just amazing as all with the double water trick. 2 players going for double water at the same time, though. I mean, how do you do that? How does that even happen? But I think, I mean, I don't want to call this. This is just going to be... Well, like, how do you call this? Apparently, there is a favourite so far. It has all been absolute madness today. And I agree, Phil, absolute strong competition. This is, I mean, these 4 are a reason why I like the idea of forcing a roller coaster, because these have been spectacular builds. These have been these are spectacular. I'm sort of looking at Sirius's again now quickly. I can see the falling snow in the wrong direction. Board again showing that, that interaction is just sublime. Done on a console as well, folks. Remember, done on a console. How'd you do that? Like, how? Then you've got, you know, Ash Lake, a beautiful Dark Souls recreation. And, you know, a stunning coaster around it, stunning lore. And, you know, a completely different take on Mythology. You know, we've got 4 such big different takes on it. Like, yes, please, everyone vote. Vote for the best build in your opinion. I don't know how you're going to do that, but please, in your opinion, just go for the best build that you can, because I think this is one. Vote is nearly over. You've got like about a few seconds left. Aaron, I wasn't taking part, so stick your vote in quickly. Oh, it's done. And we have a winner. And folks, I am going to announce the winner right now. Let's bring the winner into chat. Let's say, ooh. Congratulations, Cockwaddle.
Oh, Londo. I was on the edge of my seat. That was close. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely transparent. I voted Ethan because I was super impressed with that really realistic coaster. And he very nearly caught up as well with those votes. That was a close call, and understandably so, because what a good
by one vote.
Yeah.
I'll lay it on you by one vote. That one.
It deserved to be that close. It deserved to be that close, because
absolutely,
what a contest.
Well, massive congratulations. So, Cockwaddle, just to let you know, if you wish to come back next month as our champion, you have an invite to come back for next month. The theme is steampunk.
Oh hell! Okay. Wow, I was about to be licking my lips at that concept, but I don't know anything about steampunk. Well, all right, fine. No, fine. I'll do it. I'll do everything.
Yes! You've got a month to learn about steampunk.
That'll do it.
Give
How
or
hard
take.
can it be, eh?
Don't say that!
Ah,
Don't ever
curse it.
say that! Right. Well, huge congratulations. Shall we bring everyone else in to announce the win and then just say a huge thank you to everyone, really?
Well, thank you, Londo. What another classic Games and Snap. That was an absolute banger. What an evening.
Yeah. What a banger. So I'm bringing everyone in slowly because I don't know any keyboard shortcuts. So just thought I wanted to bring everyone in to say we have a winner. Congratulations, Cockwaddle, for
Thank you
that
so much.
Ashlake build.
Congratulations, Cockwaddle.
Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you,
That
guys.
was tight.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was a close one. That was a close one.
That was
Ethan,
really close.
what-
Actually,
oh.
yeah, Death Fears None had 13 votes, you had 14. That was
Yeah.
really close.
Tight.
That
That was
was-
a tight one.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right into
Oh, nice one. Ethan, massive GG. Massive GG.
Oh, massive GG to absolutely everyone. Thank you very much to the moderators. Thank you to Liam
Yeah,
for
right.
coming on as a host and sort of giving my voice a break. Thank you hugely to Cockwaddle, to Death Fears None, to Board Builder, and Sirius Cow King for being fantastic participants, for being great sports, when I told them that they were building me a coaster, because I was going to be Greg Davies in Taskmaster. Yes, I am. But no, huge thank you, and a huge thank you to everyone out there for watching, for voting, for taking part, and for spreading the love for Games in a Snap. And I mean,
Thank you.
just what a classic event!
Yeah, what a classic. What a classic.
This is one for the history books.
It's great.
I agree. Thank you so much.
I'm
So-
assuming that everybody will be uploading their park to the workshop or something
Yep.
like that. Personally, I will for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Well, I think you kind of have to there, Cockwaddle. What you found on the workshop was utter genius and horrific.
Yeah, it's true.
Any Dark Souls players seeing this will have just been horrified. No, I don't like the sight of those things.
Board Builder saved you there.
Yes! Right, well, thank you very much, everyone. I will be in the general chat, the general voice chat, for a short while after this stream. And we're gonna go and raid the winner Cockwaddle. Everyone, please, Minx has just asked me to remind everyone, definitely for this one, spam that participant screenshot channel. Just spam it full of pictures, please, please,
Will
please.
do.
Because if there's one that we want to get photographs out there, if there's one we want to get screenshots out there and say, look at what people can do in 2 hours, this is one of them. This is the great one. And yeah, we will. Liam hasn't been told this yet, but he is going to be doing more on Instagram from here on in.
Nice.
We're
Nice.
I want him to do as much as he can. So the more screenshots you can give him to work with, the better.
He's the man. He's the man for you.
And now and then 64 has given Cockwaddle let's say a very, very lovely message of, don't tell me this goblin won.
My tormentor.
So on that humorous comment, I think we should all go and raid Cockwaddle. Make sure to follow all 4 of these wonderful builders. We will see you again at the start of March for the Romance Cities in a Snap. Then we will have the Steampunk Planet Coaster in a Snap towards the middle end of March. And then, well, who knows? Let's have fun. Thank you very much.
Who knows? Thank you so much,
you.
Londo. Cheers.
Thank you all very much.
Right, Guys, I'm gonna jump out of the Discord because my head is full of voices, and I'm just gonna talk to my chat for a bit. But Ethan,
wholly recommended.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ethan, serious board builder. Thank you so much for tonight. What an excellent show, and you all did amazingly well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you next time.
I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.
See you next time,
I'll
folks.
leave this
Ta-da.
as well. See you next time.